Stream. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Disney Dungeons and Dragons, our rogues. I am your Dungeon Master, August Schmid, and with me, both physically and virtually this week, is our Rubius Rogues. I don't know, we'll find something cool. We'll say hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hello, everybody.
Ho, ho, ho.
Aloha.
Yeah.
Incredible stuff happened really last time, if we're being honest. Not only Jim Hawkins, Morph and Thumbelina making it back to Earth, but also Jasmine receiving a bit of some revelatory experience, including her family. Mr. Incredible, after a brief stint of going on tour, so to speak, as a hero, you've not only joined this crew, kind of in Shanghai a little bit, but also Snow left you with that open option of making this clone of you to help. Almost like in the same way Jim, Long John Silver gave you the metallic ball that can help get you back to him if anything goes wrong. Contingencies upon contingencies, really.
Because we're all going to die.
We're all going to die.
Yes.
And insane stuff was learned also, specifically Morph, about the nature of changeling bodies. I guess in general, even the fact how demons and celestials, they have to have, physical forms to get into the world kind of vibe. But especially when we're talking about bodies that are like literally magically made for changing and shape-shifting, high value stuff. And so it's a good thing you've got your soul back. It's a pretty good thing. And finally, even stuff Thumbelina you started learning about when it comes to the Fae, and how the Fae seem to have these same ideas of what we would call a schism between good and evil, or heaven and hell, whatever you want to call it. But also how Fae turn into stars, and of course using these stars, tracking your way to the hole in the bottom of the sea, finding your way into the first layer of Wonderland. But it was not all fun games as we are entering into our initiative. As you guys came into Wonderland, what you noticed immediately is it is a vibrant, beautiful country, but immediately dropping in, this ethereal floating cat has just declared you his meal and does not look happy, especially Thumbelina, after just coming from Poisonous Butterfly. Not everything down here is happy to be here. So, first up in the initiative order is Jim Hawkins. Jim, you got the nat 20 we're going to honor, and then immediately we'll go into Jasmine. So, Jim, what do you want to do? To give you the lay of the land, you are on somewhat of a dirt path, right, with giant mushrooms, flowers, glowing trees, everything around you, and this cat has just kind of floated out from this nearest mushroom.
Okay. And I mean, I'm assuming, just to mitigate a little bit, because we're rolling initiative, we're fighting this guy.
Yeah, there might be some fighting going on.
It did just threaten to eat us.
It did threaten to eat you.
I'm not a fan of being eaten.
I doubt eating is on anyone's priority.
Except for his.
I enjoy eating.
Let's do that. There we go. We can cook it.
Being a meal to a terrifying demon cat maybe isn't like our first high priority.
No.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this event plays out.
Kronk has proficiency in cooking utensils.
Morph has a cooking thing, doesn't he? Yep.
And if Kronk and Morph could serve up a great meal, if the cat doesn't eat you first. So
Okay.
That is you.
So I am going to. Let's see. He's right next to Jasmine, right?
He's like about 10 feet behind.
10 feet behind Jasmine. Oh, that's annoying.
Yes, you're right there on the screen if you can see that.
Yeah, I can see that. Would it be possible for me to hide behind the giant size of Kronk?
Yes, because Jasmine has done it, so I know you can.
Jasmine's hit by you can. Go ahead and roll me
I guess
then.
that's technically not canon anymore because we're remaking Kronk for Alicia, but...
Yeah, you can bonus action hide, though, for sure. Go ahead and just give me that roll.
Awesome.
Okay. My dice don't like me right now.
All right.
That's an 11.
Oh, 11 does get it. You can see, it's kind of gross. One of the cat's eyes does follow you. But like, not even in the way of like, oh, is it going cross-eyed? These eyes are constantly shifting and looking at each of you in turn.
Gross. Okay. Well, then I will just shoot the guy.
Go for it.
Okay, let me pull up my weapons. There we go. Does a 22 hit?
22 does hit.
Oh, just barely. Cool. Oh, nice. So that is a total of 13 points of damage.
Whew. As you shoot this cat, immediately, ripping through, like, where normally creatures should bleed, smoke and tendrils kind of like seal around the cat again. So you know you've done damage, but you're all seeing that this thing doesn't bleed in the normal sense.
And just for point of order, is this thing considered a fiend, as in a demon or devil?
That's something you might have to learn. You could probably assume being in a layer.
Well, it's just because her class abilities automatically do more damage if it's a fiend.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
You'll see. You don't know what I put in here.
I know, but like, just so you know.
Oh no, I am well aware of all of your stuff. I'm keeping a close eye on all of you.
Okay. Cool. I believe that's my turn.
Yes, sir. That does.
Actually, no. I get 2 attacks. My bad.
Yes, you do. Right.
It's been a while.
You're high enough level.
Okay. Does an 18 hit?
An 18 also hits.
Okay. Oh, cool. That's another 13 points of damage.
13 already. The cat's shoulder is starting to really loosen and like bubble away as you're just continually winging it. And all of you are seeing already this thing is looking like hurt and annoyed. Like it was expecting like what you could assume maybe was an easy meal.
It's already this hurt.
So Jasmine, yes, that does make your turn.
It's very hurt. He just said it's a little hurt and it's annoyed. It's fair. Am I in its range of attack already? Like
Yes.
5 feet?
This thing came up closest to you.
So if I move, I'll take an opportunity attack from it?
Yes.
Okay. In that case... Because I was trying to think if I could, shenanery, like, a bonus action hide.
It would probably prompt opportunity attacks.
Hear me out. How big is this cat? Like, can I...
Is Mr. Incredible?
It looks...
Just the scale.
Medium, tiny-ish?
So, like, it's not bigger than I am.
No.
Okay, sorry, that was, what I was trying to figure out.
No, this cat isn't bigger than any... Well, save Morph.
And Thumbelina?
And Thumbly, yes. I should clarify that you two are both well and smaller than the cat.
Yeah, I guess I can cast Green Flame Blade and try to attack it.
Go for it.
Come on, please roll well. Oh, that's a natural 19.
Nice.
Ooh, well done. That will hit with your bonuses.
So let me double check how much. So it's going to be a d8 for the rapier. It's going to be 7d6 for sneak attack. No, I don't get sneak attack because I couldn't. Right.
Oh, I was so excited.
No, I have to wait till somebody gets in range.
Yeah.
But I get. Let me double check the Green Flame Blade stats really fast.
Who do you need to get in range? Mr. Incredible's right next to you. Would he be considered in range?
He has to be within 5 feet of the
Of the
enemy.
cat.
Oh,
Well-
of the cat, not of you. Okay.
Actually, let me look something up real quick because we are acting first. So we might automatically get sneak attack just because we go
I think
before
that's
them.
just assassins.
Yeah,
That's a
only
specific
assassin
assassin
rogues.
rogue thing.
Freaking assassins.
I know, right? Like, no, it's where you get those great assassin gloomstalker combinations of you always get to go first, you get advantage, you'll crit, that kind of stuff.
Kill everything.
So I get 2d8 plus 17 total.
17 total.
Nice.
It would
You
be nicer
deal.
if I had sneak attack.
That's true. You would have just wrecked him.
And 17. Jasmine, you watch as this thing turns to you. As
Do I
you,
not get my bonus action?
this is a reaction it's
Okay.
taking. This cat looks at you. Its head fully flips around, just like, don't like my meal undercooked. Unhinges its jaw, roiling flames shoot out, and you take
Is this hellish rebuke?
26 points of
Wait,
damage.
she has rogue features.
Evasion.
Yeah, evasion.
You can reaction
Do you
evade.
get a save?
Well,
Or is this an uncanny dodge?
It would be uncanny dodge.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. No, make a dex saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Let me check my saving. I was like, I just don't get a save?
Sorry, I forgot that. Yes.
22.
22 does save.
So
You,
I get no damage.
Because
Because evasion, if I take half damage, I take no damage.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
wait.
Stop trying to
Fine.
So- did she avoid it?
Yep.
Yes, full avoid.
Okay, just so you know, creatures within 10 feet of Kronk, like friendly creatures, take half damage on magical effects anyways.
Okay.
Cool. I think technically that wasn't. Is that magic? It would have been magical. Yes, thank you. So half damage. Awesome. Cool.
No damage because
Actually, I think it's spells. Let me look
It
it up.
just says resist damage spells.
Yeah, resistance means half.
It's like resistant would have halved it. Uncanny dodge would have halved it again.
Well, I'm not doing uncanny dodge. Let me read you evasion.
But evasion is the thing with your rogue where
Yes.
it's if you can success,
Yes,
nothing happens.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, so already it was a moot point. I
Yeah.
get it. I'm stepping up my game. I'm stepping up my game. You have a bonus action, Jasmine.
Those giant mushroom things, is that like a big tree size thing?
Yes,
And
these are
it's
giant
pretty
mushrooms.
close. I'm gonna take a disengage and fly up behind it with carpet.
Okay, it's specifically spells that take half damage. So magical effects, like a dragon's breath, don't.
Still work. But a magical spell. And technically, yes, this was a spell. That's why. But again, evasion works, so good to know. Jasmine, you fly up and out, which is probably good for you.
Yay!
I need everyone now
Oh,
to
no.
make me a wisdom saving
Oh,
throw.
including me, or am I far enough away now?
You are far enough away.
Okay, that's not bad.
Everyone is
That would be everyone. This is a saving throw though, so I think everyone does get a +5 because Kronk's there.
yeah.
Oh, I was set, so 21. I got 26 then.
26.
Do I still have the effects of my
Oh,
ring?
touch
Just not
me.
the ability to call my
You have,
army?
yeah, basically. It's like these are stuff that affect you on a level. The ring itself still has it, but you. It's how Hook had some stuff without having the ring.
I got a 25 on my saving throw.
Awesome.
6. So that
21. And Braxton, what did you get?
What's 12?
Jim, you watch as all around you, your friends vanish. As instead replacing giant sprawling lands that seem to stretch, monsters that come and eat you and move, your mind is definitely
Did
addled.
you just do Mind Spy?
You have the definite feeling that you're still like there. You don't feel physically like you moved, but nothing makes sense and your mind is spinning.
Ooh.
Cool. That then makes. Oh, that's its first thing. I need.
Great.
Okay. 5, 10. Kronk and Thumbelina.
Okay.
Can you both make me another wisdom saving throw? Both of you still have the +5 though with Kronk's ability.
23.
wisdom
Saving throw. So it's gonna be
Yes.
consequence.
plus another 5. So that's 22?
22.
Yeah.
You both succeed. You see that this cat comes up to both of you. Its eyes voom, voom, voom. As it head is twisting around, but both you are able to snap out of the hypnotic attack that I was trying to.
August, can I use one of my legendary actions and acid splash the cat in the face because he's now attacked us twice?
Yes, you can.
Legendary actions is not something a player should have.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we were never
Broken.
supposed to, but
You were never supposed
He
to.
gave these items to the villains, and we killed the villains and just took them.
You weren't supposed to steal the items. That was
Yeah.
supposed to
I mean, I did die when I took the ring, if it makes you feel any better.
And then I tried to take it from you,
It's
so you would
the
die
avatar.
again. So
Doesn't it
I
at all?
took it
No.
anyway.
All right, Hannah. How much damage are you doing to this thing?
You die like every other week.
I'm looking it up. I heard a bubble of acid. Choose one creature within range or choose two creatures. So it has to succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d6 acid damage.
Gotcha.
My spell save DC is 19.
It succeeds on a synth 22. So you see, its body splits in half. Boom. Acid goes through, and it comes back together. Still not a bad try, just to get some damage in. I think that's its turn. Yeah. That's the Cheshire Cat's turn. I wasn't able to get anyone but Jim with it. So, Mr. Incredible, that is now you.
I've had quite a bit of experiences with cats.
You have.
I have.
Yeah.
I've seen quite a few of them from trees.
Yeah.
But this one, can I grab its tail?
I think I know what
Interesting.
you're doing.
This is going to be a
Opposed strength.
opposed
I'm remembering some
strength.
dire turkeys.
Right?
Man, this thing has terrible strength.
Here's what I'm going to attempt to do. I'll tell you
Yes,
this first.
yes.
I love the little dice
You know
ball.
the scene in Avengers when the Hulk takes Loki? He's just like,
Yes!
well.
Yes, I do. I think I know that scene.
Okay.
You're going to take it and
I
attack
love
it by
it.
hitting it on the ground,
Yeah.
doing basically fall damage or force damage of slamming it.
Yeah.
Cool.
And he has proficiency with cats, I'm pretty
Who's to say
No,
that
you don't get proficiency
like the
with
tail even
cats.
attacks to a
That's
cat?
not how
you know?
anything works. Cool.
Strength.
Yes.
That's going to be 17.
Oh, that is low.
17 definitely beats a 4.
There you go.
You full on Thumbelina, this cat is coming up to you just what a delicious little fairy. I haven't eaten one of you in over 2,000 and whoop-boom, you just start to go ahead and roll your attacks against this thing as you slam it. Just
Okay.
slam it in the ground. And it's grappled. I think you get advantage with that.
Okay.
Because it's a tiny creature you've
That's
grappled. Yeah.
Strength again.
Yep.
Okay, so that first one's going to be 15.
15 hits exactly.
Okay. And do I get one more slam or
You do, because I think you also get a second attack.
not 20?
Yeah!
Crit. Go ahead and roll damage. So this is going to be force damage, or rather falling damage. So you're going to roll d6s.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll 3d6, because it'd be 1d6 and then the other one with the crit.
I have a question.
Plus your strength.
Do you need 2 extra d6?
So when he's slamming him end over end, does that mean that Thumbelina
Thank
gets
you.
attack of
No
opportunity
problem.
once?
No,
Dang.
willingly
Well,
leaves. Attack of
Ah,
opportunities
I see,
only
I
count
see, I
when you
see.
willingly leave.
That makes sense.
That's why Jasmine had to disengage.
Plus my strength twice, right?
Yes.
So 25.
Nice!
Good job.
Mr. Incredible, this cat looks quite possibly on death's door.
Okay, well that's
Just
my
from
plan.
We might
grabbing.
all just get
Boom, boom,
one
boom,
turn
boom.
each.
Uh,
Is the tail still connected?
Yeah, it's still technically connected. You didn't rip it
He's still
apart.
grappled.
It's like smush. Like if you've ever seen a deflated stuffed animal that's been sat on. This cat like wasn't expecting like this amount of force. You can tell. So,
There you go.
do you have any other bonus action you want to do?
Almost.
No,
Like the
that's it.
the wolves in Sword in the Stone, like they just wanted to eat.
They just want to eat.
They just wanted to be alive.
These are just encounters, right? Morph, that's your turn then, my friend.
Then I think I'm just going to burn a first level spell slot to do Firebolt because now that I'm past 11th level, it's 3d10.
Go for it.
So sweet.
So, yeah, we're going to try this. Ooh.
My gosh.
Why do
your
your dice hate
modifier?
me? I think it's plus 10. It is plus 10, and so I
Does
got
she get
12.
advantage because he's grappled?
Yeah.
Yes, thank goodness. I rolled a 2, you guys.
You've got a full of, and you guys are like basically flanking
So
this.
that's a
It's-
21 now.
Much better.
Oh,
Yes.
so much better. Now it's 3d10.
Okay.
Do-do-do.
Do you want one maybe done?
It's okay. So that's 8 plus 4, so that's 12 plus 1, so 13. That's not much.
For a firebolt though.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
You guys watch as Morph turns into a tiny little like bazooka missile.
Yes.
And there is a smoldering charred
Can it be pink?
tentacle remains. Pink smoldering tentacle remains of this cat
Wait, that's it?
on the ground.
It's done already?
It is down.
Deceased.
Well, there is more than one way to skin a cat.
There is more than one way.
Can someone hit it again just to make sure it's dead?
I just slam it again.
Are we out of initiative?
You are all out of initiative.
Okay,
Oh, is Jim still crazy though? Does somebody need to fix him?
Jim, go ahead and make me another wisdom saving throw real quick.
Oh.
Like, dudes, don't eat the mushrooms here.
Oh wait, Firebolt is a cantrip. I didn't waste anything.
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh, +5, +1, 22.
22. Jim, as you start like running, you suddenly see, oh, there's my friends. You start like running one way and then immediately are snapped out of it as Morph kind of like bubbles up to you and just helps. Your mind is out of this confusion. All of you are looking at this random, now smoldering husk of a cat. What do you...
Can I? Oh,
Did we behead it?
Yes.
I assume it's
can I examine the body and see if there's anything magical or anything within the remains that we could grab?
Go for it.
Can I also do an Arcana check?
You can. Thumbelina.
That's a 21.
Do I need to make any kind of check?
11?
This is what happens. As you come up to it, Morph, you rolled your Arcana check.
21.
21. This is a magical, demonic-looking cat. This thing seems old and anciently evil. Thumbelina, as you fly up to it, though,
Oh no.
you...
Thumbelina, you didn't touch it, right? You were
Thumbelina,
told not to
you
touch
watch
things.
as this cat, one eye opens, slashes you. You take 14 points of damage. You are all now back in initiative. It's Thumbelina's turn.
Oh my.
Okay, so with an Arcana check, could I have told that? Can I understand anything further about it other than
It's magical. It's a
Would I
very-
have had a chance to make a dex saving throw of any kind?
No,
I mean,
it
it
attacked
attacked
you.
It attacked me. Okay. Oh my gosh. 14 points.
Yes. So Thumbelina, as far as I know, you are now at, I believe, 71 hit points.
Yeah.
So pretty good, but yes. So you guys watch. Its chest cavity is like the fire and pinkness is already going out as it slowly is already reforming, and you see it just delicious, and slices out. So that makes you Thumbelina.
I'm going to cast confusion on it.
Gotcha.
You're trying to confuse the LSD cat.
Love it.
All right. So I just have to make that wisdom save.
That would be amazing, actually.
Does have the innate, so that makes 16 plus wisdom. It succeeds on that save.
Sorry.
Hate it when
Sorry, I have like a 19 spell save, like a 19 spell save DC, so I'm like, oh, I can do things, but apparently I can't.
This thing, I'll even give you this, Thumbelina. This thing looks magical. You get the feeling like it's used to magic and mind stuff, and so that might be helping it. Is that what you're trying to cast confusion? It's you're getting the idea of, oh shoot, that's what it just tried with us, and so it's like, oh crap, what just happened?
Oh, and by the way, I forgot, but Mr. Incredible, you're gonna have to make a wisdom saving throw too. I'm within 10 feet.
Oh yeah, I think each.
I mean, because I did not make any kind of movement, so I don't feel like I can justify saying I had moved 10 feet above the cat before I did that.
I would say this though. I will give you this. You could have centered it so that the point affects the cat, but not Mr. Incredible or Kronk. It's like putting it 10 feet away, so it's not even hitting Jasmine, if that makes sense.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'll
Yeah.
give you that. I'm not gonna say, because that is how confusion works. For all that's worth, it will hit everything, but that's totally fair to be like, no, you could have like centered it so it won't hit him.
I cast Fireball centered on Kronk.
Hey.
Perfect. So Thumbly, you still have bonus action or movement.
Can I disengage and move to Jasmine, or is disengage an entire action?
It's an action outside of being heroic.
Oh, okay. Well, if I move, I get it's good. It's another opportunity of attack. So I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Alrighty. Kronk, that makes your turn, my friend.
Sweet. I don't totally know what to do, but I do have this sweet magic hammer that I could hit its face with, and that sounds pretty good.
Go for it.
Okay, what do I need to do to make that happen?
So you're going to take your D20 and roll that, and you're going to add in both your strength and your proficiency, because I believe you have proficiency with Warhammers. Last I checked.
Get that wrong.
Yeah.
So it's plus 11.
Oh, wow.
+1 to attack and damage.
And it's got a free +1 to it as well.
Yeah. So
that's
we wrote that down wrong.
24, unless I'm wrong.
It's a 23.
23.
24.
The number plus your strength plus your
Yeah.
proficiency +1.
So you definitely are hitting this cat. Go ahead then and roll with Warhammers. This is 1d12
Okay.
plus your strength plus 1.
Okay.
So
I have something else written down here for the magic hammer.
Well, it's because her attacks, because she's a level 14 paladin, she automatically does 1d8 of radiant damage.
Exactly.
Oh, that's
So you're going to
Okay.
roll the d8 as well with this damage.
D8, where's your d12?
This is
There
a
you go.
D12.
And then it would be +6.
Okay. Oh no.
That's okay. And then because you can choose to smite even after you hit,
Okay.
so you can choose to spend a spell slot and deal an extra 3 to 68.
Wow.
And if it's a fiend, then she does an extra d8 just on the normal hit.
Yeah.
So
Oh, crap.
Go ahead and add an extra d8. Now I can tell you.
Okay.
roll that as well. So just on your normal hit, you roll all 3 of those.
Kronk,
Okay.
you're about to learn something very important about this cat, and it's demonic.
Sweet. Okay. So then, all right. So these are my numbers.
Yeah.
Should I?
So we'll just add these up first. So that's
Okay.
12 plus 6. So that's 18 damage on the first hit. But you can choose to smite if you want.
Maybe I will. That sounds like fun.
Okay.
Smiting is really helpful.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So if you spend 1 level, you get 3 d8.
Have like a level.
Okay.
Well, you actually get 4.
Is that what I should do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you spend any more than that, then it's so you're 18 so far, and then roll an extra 4. Holy crap.
Okay, that is 15 plus 9 is 24 plus how much did I
Plus
have?
18.
24 plus 18.
That's
It's
42,
42.
points of damage.
That's so much damage.
All of you watch.
And that's her first hit.
Wait, I get more.
You can hit again.
This is, well, I need to describe what's about to happen. Thumbelina, this cat jumps up, hisses at you, slashes at your face. As it's looking at just, I will devour your guts, suck the marrow, and make my soup. I will, boom! A giant hammer just comes down right. This cat is now a stain in the earth. As glowing celestial aura pulsates off Kronk and the hammer. Without even needing to see this cat, where like other things like started to reform it, nothing looks now to be reformed and is just kind of sitting in the dirt.
So Kronk's been listening to the angel on the shoulder more than the devil lately, and he's gone full paladin.
Mr. Colonel, you still have the tail.
I just want to throw it as far as I can.
And this roadkill goes flinging off into the forest as Mr. Colonel just yeets it away.
May I do a check of some sort? Because my assumption is radiant damage has to be dealt to the
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check in that like sense of is this a thing?
I only got a
15.
Would that be more of a religion check?
Well, she was looking for that arcane like in
Okay.
terms of like damage and radiance and magic. There's differences. It'd be religious if you were like, how could we get radiant damage? Just for that, like, is it because it was radiant that it hurt this
cause
thing?
and effect is what I'm trying to
Cause and
figure out.
effect. Magical cause and effect. And yes, Morph, you're getting that thing of, Kronk has radiance, and it kills things better here.
Well,
That
she's
looks
doing
cool.
That, I have a question.
Yes, Jen.
Where is Raja currently?
Fun fact, all of you can look around. Raja dipped for half a second, it seems.
Okay, so we just don't know where he is?
No one is sure where Raja is.
That's unhelpful, because that's what's going to be like, can this thing even die? Like, he is my source of information right now.
And let me make my check. Yes, Mr. Incredible.
Can I use divine sense to find him?
Ooh,
Whoa!
you can. Mr. Incredible, you activate your divine sense. Kronk. Kronk, you actually see.
Aries.
Oh, Aries.
In
yes.
this,
What?
one second. Kronk, in that same level as a paladin, you actually see, so to speak, or feel a like glowing red aura kind of pulsate from Mr. Incredible for half a second as you feel, and slinking up behind you, Mr. Incredible, not in any like malicious sense, is Raja appearing.
Oh, hello there.
You see that as Raja turned, just well done.
Is it actually dead this time?
Yes, you did quite well. The paladin really smushed it. It's dead for now.
For how long?
Thanks.
I don't know. How long does it take for demons to reform?
How long does it take?
Aren't you a demon?
I
How do
say
you
we
not
leave, and before that happens.
Yeah, let's just go.
Unless, okay, this is totally a Megan question. I don't think Jasmine would actually be thinking this. What if we did eat it? Would it like not reform, or would it reform in our bellies and like walk its way out, or like what would the?
Good thing you can't ask that question because he already threw it away. It's gone.
I was going to say, can I collect a little bit in a vial?
Oh, Mr. Incredible
For
already
research with
took
Myrtle?
it and hucked it.
Oh, but the tail's
But
still
he just-
attached.
Yes,
He
he
took
took
the
the rest of the roadkill and
Dang it! I
yeeted
wanted
it
to
into the woods.
research this, Mr. Incredible.
My bad.
There will be other demons.
I didn't
for
want
that.
waking up again while we were researching it.
We're
That's a good
actually,
point.
I was just gonna
as
do a
you
little
all
basic
are
tutorial,
sitting there watching, what you notice though is Kronk, as you saw Mr. Incredible boom, Mr. Incredible, you then look over at Kronk and see that he is still like shimmering and sparkling almost. The rest of you notice this for half a second, and Kronk, we're actually going to do a cutaway with you.
Oh.
Okay.
As you're sitting here, all you knew is, oh no, this cat's hurting people. I hit it with my hammer.
Bonk.
As it just goes, you felt that surge through your body and felt like everything. It's like the best runner's high you've probably felt in a long time of just like a breath of fresh air. Like this wasn't even like violence. This was protection. And as you blink, you realize that you are no longer in this like strange bubbling woods. You actually look around and see you are in a lovely soft grove of trees.
Okay.
Kronk, as you're looking around, what you're noticing immediately is that everything here seems very serene. There's like animal life, birds chirping, and like, go ahead and make me. Actually, you can make any sort of check you want, but maybe I'll ask, what would you be doing right now?
Probably walk around, take it in, see what I can see.
Gotcha. If you're doing that, go ahead and roll me a perception check, we'll call it. Just like as you're seeing what you can see.
What do I add to that?
Perception, which will be right there. Oh, 1.
Okay. I got a 7. A solid 7.
That sucks.
Kronk, this
That is Kronk.
a
Yep.
wonderful place. You've been in some great nature parks in your day, especially traveling job to job.
Oh my goodness.
It feels great being outdoors. You've had your time with the Squirrel Scouts. You've done your time, trekking through mountains. But this is like the most lovely natural place you've ever really felt. As you're looking around, you even like notice there's like some flora and fauna that seem native to all regions. Like you're seeing like llamas off in the distance, as well as like almost what looks to be sea serpents just gliding through river. And as you look around, you actually hear a voice that calls out your name, just Kronk dearie, over here.
What? Where?
But turn around. What you didn't get because you didn't beat it. There is a lady, sitting in very simple overalls, shirt, and what looks to be like gardening gloves. And you see that this woman was digging in a patch of earth. As you turn and see this lady seems to beckon you over. Just, would you mind helping grabbing those next trees to plant?
Oh yeah, for sure.
As you go over, just, all right, I'll help out. You start getting, and you and this woman start planting this young sapling. As you're doing this, you see this woman goes, wonderful trees, really. Cherry trees are lovely this time of year. Always in bloom, but this one, it's just so young, so we'll see how it grows. Hand me the watering can.
Okay. Here you go.
You just hand it. She starts wetting the soil, helping mold it, making this nice wet ground. You see after a moment she sits back on her knees and kind of looks at you just, you're not one of many words, are you, Kronk?
Nah, not really.
Well, that's lovely. I personally think that life is meant to be enjoyed and seen, that words can sometimes overindulge themselves into our daily habits.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Do you have any... None of this, though, is strange to you? You're not...
Well, I don't know. I mean, I've had a pretty weird day. I just turned some smoky cat into roadkill.
Yes. You see, that was...
Thinking bad about that.
Bit of my help. Kronk, I've been watching you for a while. You may be wondering who I am.
Yeah, now that you mention it. It'd be good to know.
It's that, oh yeah. You see this woman kind of chuckle. It's just, Kronk, my name is Demeter, goddess of the forests and woods, of life and food. And, well, I have a bit of a question for you, Kronk.
Shoot.
Kronk, you're a good boy.
Oh, thank you. I try my best.
You do your best, and not just for plants, but for animals, for people. I really like that. You know.
Oh, thanks.
Well, a lot of stuff is going down these days, and I've never actually really done this before, but I was wondering, would you like to maybe be a bit of a, we'll have a patronage going on?
Patronage. Well, I don't do this stuff for money. That's.
Oh, no, exactly. It's not.
You're literally on my crew. You're getting paid to do it.
Oh yeah.
Demeter just kind of waves his hand, just, no, not money, but magic and growth. Crone, the gods have always had heroes and champions, and, well, I think I finally found someone who really hits my quota, if you know what I mean. I like your stuff. You do good work, and I would love it if you wanted to be my champion. The Oath of Demeter, we would call it. For all intents and purposes, it's basically what your paladin is. But just in this, she wants to offer herself up as the god you could represent.
Cool. You seem like a nice person. I can do that.
Word for worse.
You have worked for worse. I mean,
I've worked for weirder.
Also true.
Honestly, as far as employers go, Demeter, goddess of grain, life, and growth, and Yzma, I mean,
Yeah.
hey, that's some good stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, your god could be Hades or Ares, so I feel like you're doing pretty good there.
Yeah.
The party was the upper. Well, Lily had Artemis. She wasn't terrible.
Lily had Artemis. Kronk,
But yeah,
though,
most of us don't have a good track.
And how'd that end up for?
yeah, but Kronk, you see, Demeter gives you a very soft smile. She stands up as she brushes off these overalls. You see that they have somehow turned into lovely emerald chiton and robe.
Whoa.
As she comes over, she places a hand on the hammer on your back, like in that, like, oh, let me just put it in my pack. You see, she places a hand on the hammer and puts a single finger on over your heart. And you see, she just, go get them. Teach everyone the joys of food and family and not being jerks all the time.
Oh, I love her.
As she pushes back, all of you.
Never done this before, and you can tell.
I love it.
Kronk, you look around. You are back where you started. You see yourself now still holding the hammer, like all of you guys see this, but Kronk, you're quickly realizing, oh, no time has passed as no one else looks different.
Wow.
All of you, though, see what is different. Kronk, emblazoned on the side of this hammer, in wrought iron and steel, a bushel of wheat on the side of this hammer. And all of you are seeing your cloak and robe. You now have this same, like, a golden godly emblem that's now pinned to your clothing. Like, one of the pins that normally would help hold up your armor is now this same emblem.
Hey,
Cool.
on the bright side, now that the hammer looks different, we can't get accused for stealing it.
Jim's first thought, hey, that's not ours. And so, Kronk, go ahead. You already have this with the magic. Your attacks with this hammer now count as magical.
Okay.
Well. So, for intents and purposes of if things have to be like a magic weapon, it's now like a magic weapon.
Now
it's
qualified.
Not just a +1.
Okay. Awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
All of you see this. Oh, and let me just the cat away.
Yeah.
I don't think he's there.
Cat's still there. But
Oh, look, there's another cat. Kill it.
Where?
Yeah, the tiger.
you see, Roger like holds up a paw, just like, no, please don't.
I am going to say really quick. So, Kronk, you're gonna be the most valued player here because of your radiant magic.
Just
you know
the-
what that is?
The radiance off of you.
Yeah, you glow a lot. You're sparkly. That's what killed the cat.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
For some reason, I thought it was the tremendous amounts of force I used with that hammer. But okay.
All of it.
Oh, because you only have one level.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You're
so,
on the way, but like.
We really need your help, basically.
Well, I can do that. I can help people.
This is gonna be great then.
Okay, as your boss, I feel like you deserve a raise. Sweet. Cool. We
Thank you.
still,
Appreciate it.
we still haven't actually discussed pay. So,
Should we check the compass before heading off to make sure directions haven't changed while we were distracted?
Yeah.
I was gonna say
What's the compass right
I
now?
think Jim,
Oh.
you currently have the compass.
Okay.
yes. And you said, so I'm kind of torn between Hook and getting further down to get more soul.
Did you voice what you knew out loud about Hook?
Not really.
No.
So I'm going to really focus on wanting to help out Morph,
Oh, thank you.
and then like focus on Hook and see like the difference between the 2 points. Is it like a big difference?
What I said before is this is about so what you can tell is, Jim, in thinking about Hook, this compass is pointing you seemingly south by southwest.
Okay.
Or excuse me, west by southwest. Yes, had for my compass
Okay.
charts. When you can but when putting it in Jasmine's hands, you're seeing though that Jasmine, in terms of stuff, it's pointing almost more west, with about a 12-degree difference.
Okay. So guys, we have a couple options here. Well, first of all, for some reason, Hook is here.
I don't know who that is,
Yeah,
but okay.
it's a long story, but he needs to die.
That seems morbid.
Well, it's just true.
He's not dead, we're assuming?
That sucks.
You got a good point. I mean, if he were to go anywhere after he died, it would be hell.
But we've seen the Fields of Punishment, and that's not here.
Yeah.
Well, who was...
Oh,
was
yeah,
Jasmine
I
the
wasn't
only
here.
one in that
Yes!
group?
Oops.
Jasmine can speak from experience in saying usually when mortals die, they go to the fields of Asphalt, not to a lair of Tartarus. Usually.
No, he deserves that.
So yeah, that's concerning. Also, it's a little bit of unfinished business, and it's kind of on our way. So like we could go there, take care of some stuff, and then just small detour, or we can head straight towards the second layer.
I'm gonna be frankly honest. I don't really care about Hook as much as you do, as a player and as Thumbelina. Both people. So I would say I would head towards the second layer, and if we run into him, we run into him. He could be here, and he probably is, but I think ultimately we're going to end up in the same destination.
That last part I would agree with. We're probably going to be heading in the same direction, and so it might be a good idea to
Fair.
just be ready for him, because he probably has no way of knowing that we're here, so we do already have an advantage.
But like, I'd rather, instead of making it one big fight, have two not so big fights. If that's smart,
If you were to metagame it, yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
he's also a fighter.
oh yeah, sorry.
And we don't know it's going to be a fight. We could theoretically stealth our way wherever we're going, right? We don't know that there's something waiting for us there.
But with Hook, it would probably become a fight.
Hunting down Hook would be a fight.
So then do we
Yeah.
want to get rid of him before we have to start stealthing?
I don't know why he's down here, and that's like kind of concerning because Hook, he's not necessarily a good guy. And so the fact that he is down here doing something is concerning.
I really don't want to waste any more time, but I understand your point.
I
kind of feel like I owe it to Lily to kill her.
Yes!
Yeah, and so Morph, what do you think?
Oh, I was thinking the same thing. Honestly, I hate his guts. He killed so many people, and it was Lily's dream to kill him. And Morph didn't know Lily, for people who aren't aware. So I would love to hear from him.
With full awareness of the irony, can Jasmine still ask Raja what a mortal would be doing in Tartarus? With, ignoring the obvious.
Yeah.
You see Raja just There's a lot of things mortals can get here: wealth, power, money, people.
So,
Kind of a grab bag.
yeah. Mr. Incredible, what do you think?
I'm really just here following Jasmine. So
Yeah.
His vote is with her.
whatever she wants,
mean-
really.
He's
Kinda.
legally bound.
I just
Kinda
kind of like
got
promised him a
roped
big
into this whole
ceremony in
shindig.
aggro when we get
It's
back
more like
to like boost his fame
publicity.
and
Have you
stuff.
guys heard of publicity?
That's really what I want. So
Oh,
whatever's gonna give me
This is
publicity.
a stunt
Piracy.
campaign.
I would really like to do both things. I just don't really have any priorities of one over the other.
We can
Okay.
talk on the way to our destination.
Alright, let's get it done fast and then we go for your mom. Not
I don't think
kill
I
her.
ever
Not
actually
kill
said
her.
that.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
think
that's
anybody
true.
knows what I want.
No one
here.
really
No.
is
That's
like
true. None
totally
of us
sure.
know. So we're just like,
You
So,
know what's important? No
Yeah.
one knows what it is.
yeah.
Yes, Jen.
Jasmine,
Yes.
you've heard. You're the reason why we're here, basically.
Mhm.
You heard our opinions on the matter. Me and Morph want to kill this man. Kronk is here because I'm here.
Yep.
And then Mr. Incredible is here because you're here. And then Thumbelina is just kind of like, yeah, you know. So it's up to you.
If we get it done quickly, hopefully it won't slow us down too much. And like I said earlier, I knew Tiger Lily fairly well. I fought Hook with her once, and it didn't sit well with any of us that he escaped at Door's death. So at death's door. So
Okay,
let's do this.
let's go kill this man.
I'm the pirate. This is just like
For
the old
anyone who didn't
days.
watch the early seasons we didn't tape, the dude had like 1 hit point left and like
Literally
did the
one.
full splits over the crocodile because he rolled like a nat 20 on a deck save just like in the movie, and we were all so pissed we like couldn't catch up to him or anything because
Hook's still
I
alive.
hate him.
yeah,
And then he did it again
He did it
like
again.
multiple times.
at the final battle of season 3.
We killed him once, and then the black freaking cauldron brought him back.
It's
Yeah.
very surprising how much this
How
dude
much
has
use he
like.
got out of this
Literally
one
taken
villain.
this man's title and he's still alive.
Yeah, like
I hate
it's a.
it.
I have his hook. I literally, his hook is attached to my gun.
I forgot about that.
That's right, you have his ring and he has his hook.
You've got the ring. He's got the hook. I think you even took
Can
his
I
hat
take
like, at one point.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
All else fails, we cut off his other hand.
Oh, I am supportive of this endeavor.
Yikes. Cool.
What doesn't scare me?
You see Raja just like, well, let's go find this hook dude and
Can we call him Hook anymore? I own his hook. We should call him Hookless.
I'm sure
Or
he found a
ringlets?
new one.
Ringlets.
did he
We should
have
call
like
him
a name?
ringlets.
You see
Pretty
Roger
sure
raises
his
the paw.
identity is
Just
based on
like,
that.
point of, is his name really Hook? Like
I doubt it.
that's a harsh name to get.
You
to
know,
kids.
I heard of a lion who had the same thing going on. His name was Scar, but he had this like scar.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
We hate
yeah.
Scar too.
So like, was the scar the name or the nickname?
Yeah, it's like Hook, Scar. These are very like on
You
the
made a good
nose kind of titles.
I
You
heard
would
a
think-
myth that once he was called Black Stash.
You,
But
you
I'm
would
not sure.
think like someone would like not hate their child to set them up
Have
for
you read
failure.
Savages?
Like, hey,
Oh,
little
I thought you
boy.
were still talking about Scar,
Hook.
and I was like, what? I was like, tell me that's not real.
So technically, Scar had a name before he got the scar, and if I remember correctly, he's the older child, and it was some name that meant evil or something dark. And
That's even
so,
worse.
and so when he got his scar, he changed it to Scar. That's the post from Disney people, essentially.
Yes.
Okay.
And yes, I will say it's easy enough. You have decided you can start following the compass
Cool.
as you are all going through.
Here's a question.
Hmm.
Because Carpet's so fast, can I do some stealth checks to like scout ahead of the party?
You could actually. That would be totally okay.
Nice.
And just like using
I
carpet
guess
to
we
like.
have to use like stealth and perception because I'm trying to like be a scout.
Yes. So what I would say is first you can make which either order you want, but it will affect it.
I'll do stealth first.
Mhm.
21? No. 31? It's 14 plus 17.
Yep.
31
Yeah.
for
For
stealth.
stealth. I have plus 14.
Jasmine, you're nowhere. You are definitely free to move as you want. So go ahead, roll me a perception and just looking. And I will tell you other stuff as well as we go.
I rolled really well. It's a 22
22.
perception.
22
That was
perception.
lucky.
With Jasmine's starting to scout, and Raja, for most of you on the ground as you stick in this tight group, he is going to explain, and I'm sending it through Messenger right now, the basic maps of Wonderland.
Ooh, nice. Thank you.
As you guys are walking through, you see Raja starts explaining, by basis of what he can gather, you guys do seem to be in the westernmost area, I guess we could say, of Wonderland, in what is known as the Tolgi Woods. These are woods littered with mushroom. They actually have both mint and spicy mushrooms is a huge thing going on for them. And what Roger starts giving you the briefest is, and what he's going to tell you, Wonderland is insanely populated with demon kind rather than devil. It's a level that till recently we have quite a bit of chaos going around. I did a lot of my college years up here. You just kind of go wild. You and the boys, you grab a mortal soul, rip it open, crack it down, and you just, terrorize the village. It's easy to get to the mortal plane. You can have fun. So there's a lot of demons up here. But not recently. Recently, there's someone that's kind of gathered a bit of order, as devils like to do. And that's where, unfortunately, I'm not completely familiar with how each level of Tartarus connects. I usually, back in my old forms, could just make brokes and barters to do whatever I really wanted. This is something where, though we've all heard the stories, this is a bloody queen who has ripped apart Wonderland to form this nation, shall we call it. He does describe to you there are different types of woods throughout. You have what's known as the Confusion Woods. There are the Crystalline Caves, mountains to the far north, and even settlements of where the devils first were, more in the southwest. As you guys are still traveling through these Tolgi Woods, what you're noticing is you are, and anyone can check, in the northern half, what you're noticing is the mushrooms here do seem to have some sort of weird mint aftertaste to them. It's not something you would probably want to keep eating, but as you are all going through, I would love now everyone to make me our first survival check.
Oh no.
Ooh,
Oh no.
I actually rolled well.
I rolled so badly.
I didn't roll so great either, so this is
Oh wow, I have decent survival.
I did
What?
14.
All right, we have a 14, 6,
12.
12.
12.
I knew I was rolling too well.
1 second. Kronk,
12.
12.
23.
23.
12.
12.
Are you kidding me? 23 and 14 are the highest.
Jim, you start, as you are all traveling, every so often, you can't help but realize the path you're on does, move away from, where the compass says. And even when you're staying on the path or trying to keep on, every so often you're walking in completely wrong ways. And it's not hold on, wait, we're off, go course correct. And you guys start spending time, and what you're all realizing is Wonderland's an insanely strange place to be. What you're seeing is, with these checks, going through these woods and world, nothing is as it should be. Every so often, you guys can look over and there's a waterfall that goes upwards to nowhere. Or you'll see strange, a butterfly flying along, and the butterfly gets eaten by a frog, and the frog unfolds back into the butterfly and flies away. everything here is strange and confusing. And within a while, you realize, though, almost an hour has passed. And Jim, you do that quick, like, with the best survival. All right, let's see where we are, where we're going. You look behind you and realize that you can see the spot where you fought the Cheshire Cat, and it's been an hour.
Batch. Okay. And were we just like going off into the woods?
Is the scouting not giving us like advantage on any checks or any help?
No.
Okay. I figured it would be worth the task.
So question, were we like going off into the woods?
Where you were going, is that like the path and compass kind of follow that same way? They're going that like western, and for you by southwestern way, but it's as you go through and it's the, okay, well, let's stay on the path or try different ways. It's hard because everything seems to shift. And so even when going off the path, eventually you find it again. It's that, okay, let's keep going. But then it's like, wait, but now we're back on the path and it says we're going the wrong way.
Guys, this place is a little weird. Let's see if we could just kind of like stay on the path and end up where we're wanting to go.
Oh.
Because going off the path has kind of led us in the circle.
If I were to use, could I do an intelligence check to see if detect magic would maybe help us go in the right direction?
You definitely could.
So first do an intelligence check to see if detect magic is even useful, or do you want me to just do? Okay. That's a 19 plus I think 10 then. So I think I got a 29. Yep, I got a 29.
29. What you're getting is detect magic might just help in the sense of what's magical or not.
So would it really help us in this situation? Okay, well, yeah, let's try the path. You know, the path most traveled by is best path, maybe?
The best path, best, yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify that we are headed towards Hook, right? And we're trying to. I may have missed this. We're trying to use the compass, or are we just going in the direction the compass said earlier?
Yes. It's
So
like
we were trying to use the points.
It's both. You're using the compass, and it's okay. So let's go this way.
Hey, boss.
Yes.
I have an idea.
Yes.
So back on one of my weirder jobs, I was working for this lady. She was a little nuts, and we did a lot of traveling in some unfamiliar places. And she had this purple tent that would sit on my back, and I would carry her in it, and we would run. And somehow we always ended up getting where we needed to go. So I kept it with me because I figured it must be good luck. Do you want to try it out?
It's good.
Wait, what?
Yes, we should not be here.
Yeah, so it's like a one-man palanquin, like it's a purple like backpack tent.
Gronk, you can like you pull it out of your supplies.
Yeah.
It's easy enough setup, right? It's just
Right, yeah. 2-step, snap, snap, done. Trust me, this will work.
You know what? Sure. So far, you've been very useful. So I guess.
Gronk, you start setting this up, getting Jim in. Basically, Jim, your role will count for both of you. It helps lessen the amount of people that need to make the check. Because Gronk, you're going to be basically just following Jim's instructions of like, hey, turn here.
Yeah.
Well, I have advantage.
Yes, I have a
Yes,
proficiency.
that's what I mean. Is you'll have the advantage, and you're because like
It's like giving the help
it's
action.
almost like the help action is what we're calling
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Mr. Incredible, you are climbing a tree.
Yes.
All of you look over and see that suddenly Mr. Incredible has just like started shimming up like a full tree trunk. Go ahead, yeah. Let's make a perception check to see what you see.
Can I become a telescope?
21.
Oh, crap.
Looking around, what you're seeing is as you climb this really tall tree, it's like no check need because you have enough physical strength for it. Once you get to the top, you start looking around, and you're starting to see way off in the distance what definitely looks like a more like open ground path. Like, okay, but right now you do seem to be in very dense woods.
Okay. I'll shout. Land ho.
Okay, so you mentioned having to roll again. Oh.
give them advantage?
It could if people want to keep looking.
Okay, you're on a rug.
I am on a card.
Yes, Jim.
Can I become a
So
telescope?
I rolled
There
again,
we go.
I roll badly.
There you
I
go.
only have a plus
Well,
one to
and I got a natural 20.
For what?
Because you mentioned that us rolling again,
Mhm.
and
Yes.
my roll counting for both of us. I got a natural 20, so
Well,
25 total.
Yes.
We're gonna start another round of rolls.
Okay.
So do I get advantage now because the telescope?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll say, Mr. Incredible, you also get advantage because you stopped to climb a tree.
Cool.
Thumbelina, you just have your normal survival check, just because you're here.
Oh,
17 plus 4.
that's pretty good.
17 plus 4, so
21.
21.
It's like a 10 on Thumbelina's.
Okay.
13.
13.
Oof.
Good.
And that's at advantage.
A nat 20, a 21, a 13,
And a 10.
and a 10.
I think that makes
Fun
it
fact,
then.
with the nat 20,
Yeah.
it boosts it over, because nat 20 is kind of like double in my mind. You guys start going through. I will say, in that initial, like, climbing the tree, getting the stuff set up, it did take some time as well. But what you're seeing is now immediately, as you start traveling, Kronk, you're just full. Jim, actually, fun fact, does weigh heavier than Yzma, who was like a piece of paper held together with bones. But it's still not
That's
bad.
nasty.
It's not nearly enough to like,
Right.
oh, I'm
Yeah.
carrying a whole other person and this feels awkward. You're a very strong person, so it's not like, okay, I can do this.
I'm just imagining the map scene from Emperor's New Groove.
It really is, as you start going through just full...
Jim just looks over. There's the map right there. Like, what the?
I'll say, you see, like, there's a dotted line now that's imprinted in...
By all accounts, this does not make sense.
By all accounts, it makes no sense, but it works out.
Mhm.
And as you guys start hitting through, within another hour or so, you start... The woods are thinning, mushrooms are less and less dense, and eventually you find yourselves in much more open plains.
Sweet.
Works every time.
As you guys are out in these plains now, like what you're seeing, and Mr. Incredible, this is what you're starting to see, the world is now much, much more open. What you're noticing is, first and foremost, there's a lot of like emptiness, but rather it's not fully empty. Anyone here now can make me a perception check if they so choose.
I don't think my perception is fantastic. It's plus one, so I'll keep on helping you.
Oh, awesome. Can you do that?
I'll
Yeah.
just stay as.
Yeah, you can like choose to like just help another person to give them.
I'll also
advantage.
conjure another telescope for Thumbelina to use.
Oh, that's gonna be a dirty 20.
Oh, okay. If you want to, I got a 24, but I can roll again and see if it got higher.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, go for it.
It was exactly 24 again.
Okay, well. 21,
Well,
24.
thank you.
Yeah. I'm useless otherwise, so.
Cool, Mr. Incredible. 12.
I should have helped you.
Dirty 20.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's like the third
And
12
Kronk,
you
what did you get?
Can I call more than
I'm
one?
pretty sure I've got a 17 over here.
Perfect.
I didn't use Jim's because I don't know how that works for him.
You're good. That really works, because this is more of, as you guys are coming in, I will say this, starting with Jasmine just being a little more up in the air
I
on
still
your
have a tiny
carpet,
scope and I'm in the air.
right? You are able to look down. What you're noticing immediately is this open field don't look naturally fieldish. I don't know, especially if anyone has gone camping.
Does it look cultivated?
It looks like this was once cultivated. Like, there are every so often what could have been like tree stumps or, oh, that looks...
Is this an
What you're seeing, though, and this is actually, I think everyone made the check, every so often you are noticing strange mounds of earth and stone, or strange, like, things that shouldn't be there. And I'll say this, like, Mr. Incredible, you can even, like, reach down, try to, like, see, and as you brush away, your hand brushes and reveals a skull with horns and 3 eye sockets.
Wait, how big is it?
Why is
Like,
it so
human-esque, like probably
Oh.
bigger than a normal human, but like maybe enough.
I was
Don't
just
tell
wondering
me.
if I could like.
Put it on.
Guys, check this out.
You all turn around
Actually,
and
more probably
Mr.
thinks
Incredible's
it's cool.
wearing a demon skull on his head.
Oh,
And 3
what
eye
demon is
sockets.
This one.
And all of you realize you are in burned old battlegrounds. As what used to maybe be forest or I wouldn't say civilization, but just
Settlement.
inhabited area has now been raised. Grass has now grown back probably just because of the magic and chaos of this world. Like things grow and twist as they will. But this is not a normal place to be. For anyone still interested, or excuse me, I have to make a check. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm just pulling something up.
I mean, unless something has some insane stealth, I'm gonna see it before it sees me, right?
Right?
Oh, 1 second. Thumbelina still had that damage. Thumbelina, you're at 71, correct?
She nodded. I don't know if you.
Yeah,
were
I
catching
saw.
that. Okay.
I'm just making sure, and Jasmine hadn't taken any. I am curious, where is the party right now? I know, Kronk, you are carrying Jim on your back. Jasmine, you are up in the air.
And I'm with her as a telescope at the moment.
Telescope. And Raja was kind of walking down beside. Jasmine up in the air. Mr. Incredible, you did kind of like move to grab the bone. Jim's on Kronk's back.
Are we supposed to be able to see the map?
In a second.
Okay, I was just making sure.
In a second. Because I need to bring back something. I did something wrong, in my opinion.
I swear, this cat has been tracking us. I don't think it would. I think it would have gotten the hint that we were not going to be eaten.
Actually, anyone that wants to can make me, I have to be fair, a perception check.
Go ahead and do it with advantage.
Okay.
And Thumbelina, I'm so sorry. I'm going to take away your telescope and give it to Mr. Incredible because he needs it more than you do.
Isn't that just incredible?
Yep, so do it with an advantage.
That's all good.
What was that, Jim?
That would have been a 5.
I was saying that's just incredible, but it was a pun.
I got a 25.
25.
He got a 5 both times!
I rolled 2 3s.
Mr. Incredible, as you...
He's feeling kind of mediocre right now.
Yeah.
Mr. Mediocre.
I mean, alliteration is amazing.
Mr. Incredible, you feel claws dig
Oh.
into your back for 12 points of damage.
Oh no.
As you guys walking through
What?
now these
You're
open
kidding me.
fields,
Oh,
see
Why would
a
it not give up?
insanely gross purple cat
oh.
appear and dig claws and just go, a little bone on bone action as he digs, like starts gnawing
ew.
onto the skull on your head. I need everyone to roll initiative again.
Oh, that was
Come on.
That's the euphemism there.
I know.
I think that might like.
Oh, goodness. 20.
20?
Nat 20.
I got a
Hey.
13.
8.
We should just hold our
Nat
actions
20.
till.
Yeah!
Dang.
What would you get,
Oh.
Kronk?
8.
8.
I feel like honestly we should all hold our initiative and
And
have
Thumbelina?
Kronk go first.
17.
17, Thumbelina.
Isn't Kronk
Um,
has radiant damage anything?
Yeah, but if we kill it,
Awesome, and-
So I got
That's
23.
23.
Well, but you got also a nat 20,
And
right?
that's 20, yeah.
Jasmine's gonna go first because you have an insane initiative boost, but you two are going first. Morph, you got
13.
13. Okay, I marked it down.
I'm pretty sure Jasmine and I are tied.
Well, I have the alert feat, though.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
Okay, fine.
but again, as I honor nat 20s, it's going to go Jasmine, Incredible, Jim, and then it's going to go. Oh shoot! I didn't add him back in. 1 second.
Rolled very well.
Yeah.
And then oh right, because
I feel
I
like
didn't
that
add him in because I haven't rolled
come
for him.
in clutch one roll earlier though. Nick, so you were
Yeah.
getting
18. Yes, Jasmine, Incredible, Jim,
Oh, this is so gross.
then Thumbelina, Morph, and Kronk. Jasmine, it is your turn. You are up in the air.
I have a question.
Yes.
Because we established that I was rolling that stealth to like be that sneaky scout, am I hidden from the cat?
Oh, excuse me. I should have done this before. Go ahead and roll me a stealth then.
Okay.
It's like that was something I was going to give you because you were already doing yes. So
18 plus 14.
18 plus 14. You seem
32?
to be pretty well hidden in your mind.
Okay. I am going to attack this cat with advantage. I am going to fly down and cast Green Flame Blade.
Cool. Go for it.
It would be really disappointing if I missed this with advantage.
Oh,
17 plus 8 or 9.
17 plus 8. That's already gonna hit.
Okay. And now I get sneak attack.
Here we go.
Yes, you do.
So I get
76?
2d8 and 76. And then I add my dex, which is 4. So I'm going to do the 2d8 first.
Okay.
And then I think it's 1d6.
So that's 12 with my dex. So, oh wait, because I want to roll the same consistency. Here's a second. Just from the sneak attack. So plus the 12 from earlier?
Yep.
So
And then you still get to add your dex.
45. No, 35.
Yeah.
Plus your dex.
No, I already added the dex.
Okay.
12.
Nice job.
In one hit, you watch as Jasmine just comes streaking out of the sky. Boom! Green flames rip through purple fur. As this guy already seems to look hurt again.
Bonus action dodge.
Okay.
Nice.
Smart.
Thank you.
Jasmine, you rip through Mr. Incredible. That's you. The guy that's just ripped into you is right behind you.
Is he like attached to me still, or was it like a swipe?
This was more like a swipe. It's just like the claws dig in and swipe, if that makes sense.
Okay. Can I grab it again?
Go for it.
Go for it.
And question. So does it walk or does it fly?
This seems to be like a floating
Like a-
thing. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. That's going. This is opposed strength, right?
Yes.
14.
That beats a 0.
No.
You've got this thing again.
Okay. I'll slam it again.
Slam it. Go ahead. Roll those
Two
hits
attacks.
with advantage.
Advantage on both. Woo.
Yike.
That one's going to be a 21.
Hits.
And the second one is going to be 19.
19 hits as well. So go ahead and roll your 2d6.
Damage.
15 damage. You again grab this cat and start boom, boom, slamming it as hard as you can into the ground.
Can I roll intimidation?
Go for it. Yeah, just to try to like.
It's been a while, but
It's been a while. Intimidation. Intimidation's fun.
18.
Nope. Jeez, that rolled. What do you do to try and intimidate?
I'll just say, this is gonna happen every time.
You see, as you slam it, as its neck cracks back into place, just the secret though is I can't die.
You
The cat gives a bit of a twinge of confusion, but you don't think it's fully intimidated.
Yeah.
This seems really crazy and
Yeah.
wild. Jim, that makes you now.
Okay. I am going to pull out my rapier, come up, and like just kind of like. Well, I'm in the palanquin,
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, give me a boost," and Kronk is just gonna. I'm just basically gonna jump all the way there and just like stab down into the Cheshire Cat.
Sweet. Give me just an acrobatics check in that 20-foot. You're just like leaping through the air. I love it.
Right. Not to brag a little bit, but I'm pretty good at acrobatics.
I would assume so.
But that's a 16.
16 still hits. I mean, there's nothing really obstructing. It's just getting there.
Okay.
So yes, 5, 10.
Now I go for the stabby stab.
You are going
And-
for the stab.
Stab.
A nice little stabby stab.
Sorry.
That is a 23 to hit.
Jeez. Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds. I just gotta figure out my sneak attack damage. I forgot it.
Oh, you're good.
Oh wow, I turned like right to it. Nice. Cool. That's a lot of D6. Okay. 29 points of damage. Oh wait, plus 5. So 34 points of sneak attack damage.
Jim, you slam down through. This thing cleaves in half, falls to the earth, or ground, I should say. As you complete cleave through, you can tell this thing may or may not have just died, but as you watch on the ground, it is not moving currently. It is still your turn.
I'm going to stab again because I have 2 hits.
Okay, go for it.
I don't think a 13 hits.
It does not. I'll even say you're poking it with your rapier. Nothing seems to be happening.
Hey Kronk, you want to come take care of this?
Unfortunately, though, it makes the Cheshire Cat's turn. Jim, you watch as both halves rip and cleave back together as like mass and smog just seems to like re-stitch itself back in. Mr. Incredible, you still have a hold on it.
Sweet.
But that does make the cat's turn.
But that means it makes any attack with disadvantage until it breaks the grapple.
Here's what's going to happen.
I don't think grapple gives disadvantage.
Jim, can you go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw?
Are you freaking kidding me?
Yes.
Am I within 10 feet of Kronk?
No, actually, because you did just do a 20-foot leap into the cat.
Good one job. Sorry. My goodness. It's a 5.
A 5. Jim, I would love to know, what are you thinking right now?
I don't even know what I am thinking other than fight this guy. And follow the compass.
Gotcha. As you start thinking of follow the compass, you see this cat shifts its head, its eyes bore into yours, just, seeking a man, marked with death. Into Wonderland you've come. But what else? You feel this thing rip and creep into your mind as he starts looking through and just, oh, yes, abandoned by a father, neglected by a mother, leave for a life of
Actually,
piracy.
this is the right word. She's pretty great.
Surround yourself with what to be friends and family. Call it a crew. Yes, Jim Hawkins, I see your mind. It will be mine.
Oh my.
I need you now to roll me another wisdom saving throw.
So help me.
That would have been first one, so yes.
Is this a
Yeah,
spell
that's
that
not.
doesn't
It's like
make
in
an
between
additional
here.
spell?
No, the first thing wasn't. This is a spell.
Then can I do counterspell?
Sure.
Okay.
What level?
I need to remind myself because this is the first time I'm using counterspell.
Yeah, if you want to counterspell, that's totally fine. The first thing actually was
Please
just.
do.
Hmm?
Please do, because I rolled a 7.
Oh, all right.
Ah! Okay, counterspell. Let me see. I need to understand it a bit better to make sure I
No,
know
yeah,
what
that's
level
totally
to
fair.
cast it at.
It's a 3rd level spell. It takes a reaction.
If the creature
And then
is
if the
casting 3rd level or lower, it fails. If it's casting 4th or higher, make an ability check using your spell.
I will tell you, it is not a 3rd level or lower.
Okay.
So you'd have to
The
cast
DC
it
equals
higher.
10 plus the spell's level.
Yes. Unless you cast it at a higher level, in which case, then it's negated, right? So you could try it at 3rd and
I'm
roll.
gonna cast it at a 4th level to make it a little bit better DC for me.
Cool. You cast it at 4th level. Boom. You counterspell. Jim, the cat is still in your mind, but whatever it was about to do, it hasn't sunk its claws all the way. As Morph, you start counterspelling, magical energy starting to pull it almost like a weed out of your head.
Ugh.
I don't like this cat.
That makes
It's
the cat.
my friend.
Thumbelina, that is you.
I literally am out of ideas currently, so I'm
You
like
have
staring at
any
my
radiant
spells.
damage spells.
Just punch it.
You want to punch it? You want to radiant? You want to punt it?
Take a big bite out of it, like the fork in the alleyway. It's this energy.
Well, I was also thinking of putting it to sleep, but it only lasts for a minute. So it's up to
Long
you
enough time
guys.
for Kronk to finish it
Do you
off.
have any spells that deal radiant damage, Hannah?
Nope.
Oh, that's depressing.
You have anything that can help Jim?
You need to stay next to me.
Who is the
Alright,
next
you
person
Until after Kronk.
Who's the next person?
after me?
Yes, Morph.
Okay, I'm going to go up to Morph and give her a her. I never remember.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
Cool.
And I'm going to give them Bardic Inspiration. It's D12 times 3.
That's incredible.
Times 3. Wait, what?
Well, you have Bardic, so it's a D12. You have then 2 more inspirations left.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was 3 of them. Sorry. Yeah, I have 2 more. So yeah, it's a D12 now.
Sweet. Okay, cool.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm going to move above the cat about 20 feet so I can watch and see if there's a way that I can help in a different way, but still be within range of attack.
Yeah, and actually, I think you're technically outside, so it can't opportunity attack. So it's kind of like you're just like flying upwards and above it to like get that aerial.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet, perfect. You give Morph that hug, fly on up. Excellent. Morph that then. Your turn.
Okay. So, this is tough because I want to ask it a question. Yeah. So we don't. It didn't introduce itself at all to us.
Not really.
Hi, my name's Morph. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Hungry.
Oh, it's such a dad joke.
Hungry, I'm dad.
That was good.
Thank you. I thought that was funny.
Dang it, it's not quite as stupid as I was hoping. I'm honestly then just going to use my action to benign transportation and get Kronk where I am and swap places with him.
Ooh. All right.
Because Kronk, then you'll be closer to the cat, and I'm hoping that then if it tries to get away, you can also make opportunity attacks, stuff like that, because radiant damage is what we need right now.
Radiant damage is very helpful. All right. Kronk, you feel yourself like bubble from the inside, and suddenly you're like right behind Jim, where initially you were not.
Yeah, I probably should have explained that I
That's awesome.
That's Kronk's turn.
Kronk, that actually then makes your turn.
Hey, so I want to hit the cat. I also want to help Jim, and I have
Well,
cleansing.
I'm fine.
Okay.
They counterspelled it, so I'm like mostly dead.
So Jim is
Okay.
fine now.
The big thing that was going to happen to Jim did get counterspelled.
Okay. I could help like the rest of it though. I have cleansing touch, and I feel like that would be helpful. But the cats are probably number one priority.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Could I have said I forgot I could use movement too? Can I move like above Jim and to the left of Jasmine so that then when I teleported with Kronk, then he could have been right by the cat.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I forgot.
beforehand.
Yeah, I
So
forgot that I
beforehand,
could
so
do that.
Kronk, you could be there.
And then Morph, yeah, would
Morph's
be
there. You would actually still have movement if you want to just close back in. No, that finishes your movement with
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Okay, cool.
Sorry.
I'm on the same page. No, that makes total sense. So yes, Kronk, you're like right up with the cat now if you want to do anything with it.
Okay. I mean, it might be nice. We could repeat Mr. Incredible's move. If he lets go of the cat's tail at the right time, we could send that sucker flying.
Wait, what did she say?
If you let go of the cat at the right time. So basically, Kronk,
Like
like,
a baseball
you're
bat?
holding an action to just like pull basically and see what happens.
Or you could like hit it with the hammer out of the park, and then it does radiant damage and hits it far away. Because maybe
Exactly.
it only
You're already going to be,
regenerates where
let
last
alone
time.
your weapon, Kronk. You're already doing an extra right now 2d8 radiant damage with this being a demon. But yeah, I think that could be a smart plan. You know, wait, like basically let Mr. Incredible like tee it up for you and you knock it out.
Okay, does that sound like an okay idea? Is there anything that would be?
Hey, August, I have a question as I'm planning.
Yes.
It's a dimension door question.
Mm.
Am I able to not go through the dimension door and send something else through it, or do I have to physically go through with it?
Oh,
That's a good
Never thought about
question.
that.
I
Okay.
can honestly say I've never thought about that. Let me totally look that up.
Because when I looked at it, it says I can take a willing creature with me, and that I have to go, but I didn't know if that was like set in stone or if that is up to interpretation.
Dimension door. You teleport yourself in range. Spot. Describe virtual being along. Five feet within you. If you arrive in a place already occupied by an object creature, you would have to take 46 force damage. Here's what I'll say. I think the key is it's not that you don't, but it does describe the spell as a willing creature. Because if this is the plan, or maybe if I think I see what you're trying to do, is whatever's going through has to like want to, if that makes sense. So if you were to make this door for Morph could go through, I think is what it's saying. Like, you're basically putting it up, and on Morph, your turn, you would then go, right? Does that make sense?
So I couldn't send the cat in because it's an unwilling creature.
Yes, because the cat's not going to want to get teleported. Because you could teleport it into solid earth, right, which would deal damage, it would make it a very broken spell that just, I'm going to force something, so it has to be a willing creature.
Okay.
But that's good, that's good. So, where was I? Oh yes, Kronk, you're holding your hammer as a bat at the ready.
Yeah.
Which is
So I still deal radiant damage though, right?
Yeah, no matter what you hit with your hammer, you get 1d8. But because you're hitting him, you get 2d8.
Okay, so do I do that now or do I do that later?
You'll do it when Mr. Incredible tees up, because I think Jasmine acts before Mr. Incredible. Because you'll have to. It's that smart. Because again, you don't want to hurt you, so it's like you're waiting for him to draw. So Jasmine, you do have then this turn before Mr. Incredible.
And so, yeah, I get Kronk knows what he's doing, but also a dead cat's easier to hit than a live cat, right? And he's currently grappled, so I can take an attack at advantage.
He's dead. I have a different idea as well.
Oh, yeah, so I'm just gonna see if I can kill this cat attacking with advantage.
All right.
But if it turns into smoke, we might not be able to punt it into oblivion. You could do non-lethal and knock it out.
Ah, that's true, Jasmine. If you wanted to, you could non-lethal it just to like get it down.
Okay, I just need to find my monitor.
You're good.
Is there a lethal option for this cat, or is it really just
It's
potentially
23 to hit.
Do
And
you mean
I was intending
Is it
to use
just
Scream Flame Blade again, but I
delaying the
didn't say it,
inevitable?
so you can hold me to not having
I,
said it.
I'm gonna hold you to it, so it'll just be normal damage.
Okay. So that's 1d8 and 76
Yes.
plus 4.
I'm ready for the meeting.
$29 damage.
29 damage. This cat is hanging on by a thread. And I also mean that literally, as Mr. Incredible, Jasmine, you come and slice through this cat's still alive, but like there's a strand of wisp hanging from the tail to the body. Like the cat looks so ready to just die.
I guess I may as well take my bonus action dodge because I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you never know. You can go ahead and dodge. Mr. Incredible, that makes your turn. You can let go if you want.
Yeah, I'll be like, ready, set, go.
All right, Kronk, go ahead, and I'm gonna say this is still an advantage because this cat was full and grappled. You're basically giving the hit to it. So go ahead and roll to hit with advantage there.
Okay. So roll the d20. Better. It'll hit. If you get a plus 11. So that's a 19.
Oh, that's
Okay.
great. Is Eleanor
Got a 19.
Oh no, she's singing
A
off.
19?
On the D20.
Yes. That plus everything, you definitely hit.
Well, so no, it's a 19 total.
Oh, 19 total. 19 still hits the armor class.
Okay. Awesome. So now what?
So it's a d12
Okay.
plus 2d8. Okay. That's 16.
15.
Plus 6. So it's 21. You can choose to have smite if you want, but you don't have to, because that is redeemed.
Well, that is great. Okay. I don't think we need to smite. I think the cat's going down.
21 points of damage.
21 points. Kronk, as you heft this hammer, you feel that glowing radiance of just pure nature flow and off into the sky in a blaze of holy light burning behind in this trail.
Back the way we came.
Back the way you came, I'll even say, yeah. This cat is long gone, possibly even dead before it got hit by the hammer in that, like, clink. It is out of there. The cat is out. You guys are out of initiative.
You'd think this thing could take a hit.
You think it could take a hit?
No, like Jasmine's gonna say that out loud.
You know, I wish I could just keep coming back like that, though. Like, that's pretty sweet.
It's pretty fun to just kill it over and over again. Guys, speaking in game terms,
The cat came back.
we could just sit here and let it come back and keep killing it and just farm experience points until we're level 20.
That's not a bad idea.
Hey, no.
But hey, we're not on any sort of time crunch, right? I mean, Jasmine's mom has been gone for what, like 18 years? So it's like, we could wait.
But how long would we last in Tartarus?
That's fair.
I mean, we're doing pretty good so far. Plus, we'd be
It's
level.
been like 3 hours. I worry about if we stay here for more than a couple of days.
It has been 3 hours total, yes. Or by your best estimates is what we could say. What I would love for everyone right now, you are out in these fields. Could everyone now please give me a perception check?
Must have been all sneak up on us while we were busy with the cat.
And I don't think it would make sense for me to give you the help action now.
Dirty 20.
I got a 13. Dude, you did it!
22.
12.
Ooh, good.
A 9.
9.
4.
Hey.
Woo!
Yeah.
Because I don't think it would make
wait,
sense for me to
'cause you got
give
the
the help
18.
action. You
Mr.
still have
Incredible,
the telescope.
And I got a
Thumbelina,
dirty 20.
and
You have time now.
Jasmine. As you guys are watching, I'll say, Jim, you're like maybe getting back in your little seat, right? It's all right. Here we go. You three though, I'll say Thumbelina and Jasmine, especially being up in the sky right now. As you guys look across this open field, what you are noticing is there are things in the sky that seem to be circling and moving around. Nothing currently, I'll say Mr. Incredible, you can notice this as well. Nothing currently seems to be going towards you, but in this very vast open fields, there doesn't seem to be a lot of cover.
Are there any, like, I assume there's, like, little, what would you call them? Pebbles? But are there any, like, rocks?
Yeah.
I'll just pick one up.
Okay. All right. Mr. Incredible has his trusty rock. No, that's good. Yes, there are a lot of, like, good, hefty rocks around.
Cool.
Hey, August, I have a question.
Yes.
So both Jim and I are pretty hurt due to our ability to tick people off. So I
I'm
was
fine.
wondering,
I haven't taken any damage.
I have cure wounds, and so I was wondering, can I do it on 2 people and only have it take up 1 spell slot, or do I need to choose?
Ooh, good question. Yes. I believe with your cure wounds, is a creature you touch. Can we cast it higher? I believe it's just 1 creature per cure wounds.
Okay.
But currently, I think it's Mr. Incredible and you that have sustained damage currently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't been touched. My mind has been messed with. I've taken like 3 things of LSD at this point.
Okay.
But like physically, I'm fine.
What would have hurt Jim did get negated.
Okay, I thought you still got damage. Okay. How bad is Mr. Incredible compared to me?
Not a lot. Mr. Incredible, you're still at, like, I think 97. And
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do cure wounds on myself because I'm at 71 in comparison.
Sweet.
Just so I'm prepared for any other hits that I get for being obnoxious to creatures.
Gotcha. Go ahead. Yes, this will be 1d8 plus your, I think charisma.
I thought it said spell save DC, but am I wrong on the...
Yes, no, this is your spellcasting ability modifier.
Okay. Oh, okay. I got you. That's a whole 5, but that's better than nothing.
Better than nothing. Normally, you heal for 5. What is everyone's plan of attack right now?
I have a plan. Oh, come on, you beat me by 2 seconds there.
Yes. I was gonna say it was pretty fun. But yes, you guys are out in the fields right now, and this is what you know.
I'm going to be sitting on the palanquin with Kronk. And I'm just going to have my rifle out, ready. So I'm just going to be like a moving sniper post, paying attention to anything.
Gotcha.
And yeah, and then I think we should be in front because I'm the one with the compass as well.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else?
So whatever I saw in the sky, were those like above me?
As in seemingly above and further out.
Further out, like in the direction that we're going, like
Yes,
we're going to run
across
into
all
them?
the fields.
If they haven't noticed me yet, is there a way that I could get up like higher than they are, so they like wouldn't see me coming until I swoop down on them?
It'd be possible. I will say this though. Maybe this is something I didn't make clear. These are much bigger than you.
Okay.
And not in a good way.
Are they like birds?
You can't tell, but they are very large, shapeless, winged things that seem to be roving through here.
I have a
But
random.
I didn't
Oh,
want them to
sorry.
swoop down on us. And so that's what I was thinking about trying to equip them.
I see that. I will just say there's always possibility, but you're one person versus everyone else below. Thumbelina, yes, you had something.
If they're not attacking us, why are we attacking them? Didn't we learn that with the butterfly?
Well,
Me?
it's not
Don't mean
attacking
you.
us, we're going to run into them. I'm like, what's the best position to be in when they spot us?
Yeah, this is more preparing for worst case scenario.
Yeah, we aren't attacking them.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I know, Miss. I almost want to be like on Mr. Incredible's hand to stop him from throwing the rock because that's what I'm afraid he's gonna do right now.
I grabbed the rock in anticipation of them dive bombing us. I want something to throw when I notice them come down.
Then throw me.
Fastball special. Also, no flirting.
I wouldn't need to throw you. You have wings.
Throw me, Bob. Throw me. We literally just watched The Incredibles.
Nice, solid.
Right?
Yes, no, I see though, but yes, Jasmine, you could try to go further. It's like in these preparation things, it's just there's a lot to take in consideration. That's why I'm curious what you guys want to do.
Hear me out.
Hear me out.
Here we go.
So there's like a bunch of dirt and stuff below us, right?
Yeah.
You like the weirdest idea.
Is he Master of Disguise or something?
No, weirdest idea. She just wants her like mage hand to scoop up a handful of dirt, and if the thing like if one of them comes for her, just like throw it in the eyes to like blind it, so then Jasmine can stab it before it gets her, type thing. Does that make sense? Like almost a held action of just the mage hand's got some dirt to blind your enemy if it comes for you.
Sure. Why not?
You
You got a handful of dirt. Bob's got a rock. Yeah. All right. Jim's got his sniper rifle out.
I'll be ready to poke one in the eye.
Morph's just a pair of fingers. No.
I will. Honestly, I just want to keep an eye on them the entire time.
Gotcha. So yes.
If I turn into a telescope, will that help me with perception?
No.
Dang it!
If a telescope uses itself to see, is it not still the telescope, right? Like it's that kind of.
Hear me out though, but if you turned into an inanimate object, would they not see you as a person to attack? And so if you're just like a telescope on my belt or something, but then you can hop out and surprise them and attack them because you're suddenly a person.
Yes?
Morph can be the handful of dirt.
I can be a handful of dirt, actually. I have turned into confetti before. That's
throw a
canon.
handful of morph at them.
Well, actually, it would be good to have you close for me getting sneak attack.
Oh, yes. I
Also-
stick with Jasmine.
August.
Yeah.
How does my find familiar work with morph around?
A smaller miniature blue morph pops out.
Yes. Okay.
Still not sure whether to be
Cool.
flattered or offended, but okay.
Look, it's like when you lose one dog and you get another dog.
And,
Oh, I'm a dog!
and the first dog comes
Are you
back,
like a full person?
and
Yes.
it's a shape-shifting dog. All right, hold on. With this formation of Jasmine and Morph up and ready, Thumbelina flying ready, Mr. Incredible, you got your rock, Jim. You guys can start heading out across the field.
Straight up, I will hold my action to become a handful of dirt in the situation that Jasmine throws me at one of these creatures.
About 1 hour passes. As you guys are going through, obviously the first thing you are all noticing is it is much easier to not get lost when you're out in an open field. After an hour, though, I would like you guys tell me what kind of checks you would like to make. You could either make me perception, survival, anything you want as you're going through. Stealth, even like.
I was gonna say, I think if I know these big things are out there, Jasmine wants to be doing some stealth.
Okay.
I can help you, but I'm not sure if that will even really help at this point.
I don't think you need to help me with
I don't
stealth.
think so. Can I just do an investigation check to see if the cat is following us still.
Yeah.
Cool.
24 stealth.
24 stealth.
That is a 23.
23 for investigation.
Yeah, I got a 5.
Mr.
Wait,
Greta,
wait, no,
what
you
is-
still have the
wait,
telescope that I called.
Stealth?
I
For an hour.
I got a nat 20 on perception.
It didn't get a 5
Ooh.
again.
Yay!
Thumbelina, we will definitely go to you in just a second.
Okay.
With that nat 20.
16
Can I-
perception.
Yes.
Can I make like some sort of intelligence or arcana check to figure out how in the world this spotted line is just appearing behind Kronk that scares me?
Yes,
Wait,
you may.
that's how the Cheshire Cat
Now
sounds.
tracking us because we asked for that
We're
canonically.
literally making him a map.
What would that be?
Yeah,
Because
just like,
Well, but again, why would it not be like these things keep killing me? I'll find easier food.
What was that?
what would it be?
This is, I would say, you could either insight or arcana even. Like, what's going on?
Okay,
with the
so
world?
Arcana's going to be a 26.
Cool. All right. And Kronk, is there anything you wanted to check for right now?
Nope.
Cool.
I've
Just
got-
making sure.
One track mind.
One track mind. I like it.
Alright.
Jim and Kronk, as you guys are traveling, Jim, what you're noticing is the lines appearing behind you. After a while, they do disappear. And you're wondering if it's literally Wonderland's manifestation of magic in terms of travel. If this is like what it does, because like you're noticing like some of the lines right from where you got out of the woods aren't there anymore, right? Like it's like okay, they don't stay.
Are they showing up on Kronk's map?
Yes, Kronk's little map. Yeah, they're popping up there. But you get the feeling arcanely, this is like the weirdness of hell, of Tartarus, in that like it literally is manifesting a map because you've decided to travel. Because why not?
By all accounts, this does not make sense.
By all accounts.
Where's the legend of the map? Because maybe it'll show us exactly where we're supposed to be going.
That's not how this works.
Dang it.
Morph, as you investigate, you see though, you're not noticing the cat, thankfully, behind you. As you travel, you are keeping the watchful eye, and no, nothing seems to be there, which is very nice.
Yes, it is.
Jasmine, you got a 26 stealth. 24 stealth.
You're so cool.
Pretty good. You're noticing you're trying to fly under the radar. Kind of hard to kind of in the air, but you're noticing you wouldn't be the first thing spotted, especially as there is a actual group below. And Mr. Incredible, on a 16 even, just like kind of like looking around, this place, it sounds terrifying. This seems kind of homely in a way. What you're noticing is this is, and maybe you're feeling this like innately because of the ring or even your championship to Ares. This is the aftermath of war. Like, because you're kind of getting that natural, like,
You're in your
this is
zone.
what happens, right? Like, hey, losing side, they lost, they lose their lands, and so this is the world then growing back. Because for all of you, I would say, like, Jim especially, figuring out the arcane weirdness of Wonderland and all of you, but for you, Mr. Incredible, feels good. Feels kind of normal.
Yeah. The other side's planted flowers even. That's generous.
Yeah, I know, right? The flowers may have popped up. They just might do that here. That comes back to what is Wonderland? Maybe the flowers just decided they wanted
Maybe
to be
they're
here
from
today.
the bones of the fallen or
Right,
something.
like they could be
Just
anything.
sprouted.
Thumbelina on a nat 20. Oh boy. You guys are traveling through Wonderland. On a natural 20. In looking at the sky, what you notice immediately is a few things. Thumbelina, you are sure it's been almost 4 hours. Your internal clock is saying we've spent a good chunk of time here already. And as you look at like the sun and the place in the shadow, you're also sure time hasn't passed. As in the sun hasn't moved. Whatever like what to a mortal planar creature, the celestial orb known as the sun that doesn't revolve in its place in the cosmos as the earth revolves, signifies day and night. There is no movement down here. And you're realizing this is definitely some construct of Tartarus, right? This is something that was basically put in for effect, one could say. The other thing, Thumbelina, is up ahead in this direction as you are following Jim with the compass and everyone. What you see is in the direction you are heading, you see 3 large winged objects that seem to be circling something up ahead.
How far away are they exactly?
From your count, they could be about like anywhere between like a couple 100 yards or more. The unfortunate thing is space seems weird here. Like, even though you're not in the woods, there is always that like, I swear we kind of walked down this path already. Everything is a little scawampus. And so you're guessing like maybe more than a couple football fields, but that could be miles. But it's big enough that like you're seeing something that like in the air. What I will say, and this is gonna sound weird, Thumbelina, you know this because it's that natural when birds would circle over you before you got your wings, and it's that natural. Hey, get out of here! I'm not food. I'm me. I'm alive.
Sorry. Can I? I'm gonna become invisible. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna nudge Mr. Incredible, tell him to be quiet. I'm gonna point to where I'm going. I'm gonna become invisible, and I'm gonna fly towards it to see what it is.
Gotcha. Smart. Make sure you tell a friend where you're going camping. No, yes. So, Mr. Incredible, you see Thumbelina does that like little point and boom, you vanish. Thumbelina. Here's what I will tell you. As you fly ahead, we're gonna cut there in just a second. You feel invisibility floating around you, and after a moment or two, or what could have been minutes, or what could have been seconds, you do notice as you fly forward what seems to be these large, red, dusty birds that are flying in a tight formation around a figure of a person on the ground. As you fly forward, I will say, how would you go all the way up? Would you stop? What do you want to do?
I probably wouldn't go all the way up, but I would go to the point where I can safely feel like I can see everything. So it might be close enough that if they saw me, they could attack, but far enough away that I'm not like up in their business. You know what I mean? I want to hear what they're saying, but I don't want to be like so close that they can touch me.
Gotcha. Here's what we'll do then. As you come up on this site, you see these birds, and there is a figure of a person, muddy and bloody coat, lying on the ground with one arm out that does seem to be clawing into the dirt and dragging.
Do I recognize them?
The person?
Yeah.
Currently, no. The hair of this person, like, it's covered in, like, again, bits of blood and mud. And what you're noticing is, like, whatever this is, this looks, honestly, to give you a good description, this looks like maybe a homeless person you would see in the cities, but definitely in a bad way as these birds are flying over it.
Okay. Can I roll like, I don't know what kind is this insight to see if they're like about to like eat this person? Do you know what I mean? Like, if I can do anything to at least make it so that we can figure out who this person is, if they're going to be a help or a hindrance.
Definitely. Go ahead and roll an insight. In that, like, yikes, is this like food for the birds or what's going on?
8 plus 5, so 13.
A 13. 13, Thumbelina, you get the strong feeling, as usually nature does, that the birds have picked out prey. These seem to be like scavenger kind of birds, because now that you're closer on the birds even, you're seeing what seems to be like dust flittering off is rusty red dried bits of things, almost in a gorish kind of way, not like in a gross, but like dried bits. As they like flap their wings in certain ways, more dust kind of falls out of them. And each of the birds, what you're also noticing is they each have glowing greenish blue eyes that are pierced. And on that 13, you're getting the feeling whomever this person is, they're probably going to be picked apart in a few minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna cast fear on the birds
Whew,
just to
alright.
get them out of the way, and so I can go see who this person is.
All right. Fear. I'm just making sure I know what I need to roll for the birds. Yes. Prediction. They're going to make a wisdom saving throw.
Dang it, Thumbelina had to be a good person.
Curse Thumbelina's goodness.
For once, Thumbelina was a good person. Usually she's not.
It took us going to hell for you to be a good Samaritan.
You guys would do it too, admit it.
No.
Well, yeah.
Keep flying. She was gonna say great diversion. Keeps the birds away from us.
30. Each creature in 30-foot cone. Yes, you would be able to hit all of them.
When Thumbelina is the moral high ground,
Right?
there's a problem.
Nowhere to move. I'm curious. I think though you did just cast spell. This may have dropped your invisibility. I'm just checking on that.
Yeah.
Does she have greater or lesser?
I have greater.
Oh, if it's greater, no.
That's one of your one-a-day ones. Yes.
Oh yes. Okay. Awesome.
On your greater invisibility, you can still then. Yeah.
That
So
makes me
broken.
feel so much better.
Invisibility is so good.
Thumbelina.
To be bird food.
These birds each, like, something has come into their minds that you're not even sure what. Because it's hard, right? With like, oh, what could these demonic birds be afraid of? I'll just kind of work with what I got. They start screeching and like whacking into each other as though successfully they all flap and fly away one by one.
Good use of spellcasting there.
And what you're noticing, Thumbelina, they are not going in the direction of your friends.
Thank you. I was so worried you were sending them straight towards us.
Wherever they wanted to go, they're not here.
Do I have an estimate about how long I think he's gonna be there? Is he just gonna like prone, like unconscious? You said, or is he just barely alive?
Kind of seems barely alive. It's like not unconscious, like there is like struggling movement, but not moving a lot.
Okay, so I'm gonna stay invisible. And I'm going to be a floating voice. I'm going to figure out who this is, so when we pass him as a party, we can know if he's friend or foe.
All right, let's roll.
It is Wonderland.
It is Wonderland. Weirder shit has happened, right? Like, yeah, I see it. God, Thumbelina, you float down. Towards this be absolutely gross man. You see, he's like, the one arm that's out is because his other arm's on himself and his legs are in a weird angle. And that's why you can tell he's probably not standing up, because like he probably only has motor functions of the one hand arm that's like moving.
That's awful.
As you come down, what do you say?
You're like, who are you?
You see this person or whatever lifts up the head just enough out of the dirt and just goes F off back into the dirt and keeps trying to scratch his way along.
I could save you if only you told me who you were.
Lifts up it, and it ain't me like everything else.
Oh, I do not eat humans. I am not that kind of creature.
Bold of you to assume he's human.
Stops. Just. Is this madness? Is this what it all
Welcome
means?
to Wonderland.
Do we know that it's also... Oh yeah, because Raj was here.
Yeah,
You
Roger
know,
told you guys this is Wonderland. The first layer of hell, also known
No,
as.
also known
You see this thing, barely dragging itself across, slowly inching, but like you're able to easily keep up with it. Like whatever this thing is, you see as you're going up, you see just you, my conscience.
Yes,
You ghost. Go ahead and
conscience.
roll a deception check. Just on that.
I feel like she should have advantage on this.
She has to have advantage
It's
on
just a
that.
flat kind of thing to be like, I'm your conscience. Why not?
But she's invisible, and he's going insane because he's in Wonderland.
Right?
Alright, you get advantage.
Yes!
I see
Thank
it.
you,
I
Max.
see it. That's a fair reason.
Yeah, like he genuinely thinks he's
18.
With advantage.
Poor dude.
You see this person just conscience. Why haven't you killed me then? Just let
Because
me live.
some people are worth saving.
Oh.
This creature kind of weirdly chuckling. You see completely flips over, like kind of pushes himself so facing the sun, and you see a one-handed arm that he was laying on, gross matted hair, no longer wearing any wig, cloak in tatters, the what you know unmistakably as James Hook.
Okay, I'm gonna dash to my promo. I'm just gonna leave it.
As you dash away, all you hear from this dude is just like gross, broken laughter. As just. As.
It's not my job to kill him. It's definitely Jim's. Like Jim's. There's something. Jim is like sorry, I'm like sick brain here. Jim needs to kill him. It's not my job.
That's fair.
Thumbelina, you race back and make it to that spot. You are still invisible.
I'm just gonna like land on Jim's shoulder. Like, Jim, it's Thumbelina. I found Hook.
Where?
He's barely alive. Ask Mr. Incredible where I was headed. I need to stay invisible because if he sees me, I am toast.
As someone tells us this story, can Jessa make a check?
Kronk double time.
Remember when we were in the underworld and I stabbed Gothel and her like dying was actually her soul escaping and she was actually gonna get something way better for her?
Yeah.
Is it the same situation with Hook? Like Thumbelina already says he's like barely alive down here. He's very well trapped in TARDIS. Like, will it be better off for him if we, kill him on this plane or whatever? Like, does he then just go somewhere else and be better?
Or should we let him just suffer?
Or yeah, is he gonna have a worse time being in hell?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll the insight as yes. Kronk, you start double timing. All of you can kind of like quick step it over. And after a few moments, this is now, ever since the last attack, been about another hour.
18.
Nice.
18. Okay, here we go. Let's go to here.
Hey, August, how long does greater invisibility last? Does it last
It
a
lasts
certain
a
amount of
minute.
time? Just
It's
a
like a
minute?
minute or it's like 10 minutes. It's one
Or
of the
did
other.
did we flavor it something different? I couldn't remember.
Greater visibility, it lasts for 1 minute. So I actually think as you come back to Jim, it would have dropped.
Yeah, it would have been dropped. Okay, I just couldn't remember because we flavored it before that I could just turn it on and off essentially, but I didn't know how we were flavoring it now.
Yes. I would have said even like to give you to make sure you're invisible the whole time. It's you tell Mr. Incredible where you're going before you get close. You boom the invisibility, then you go
Yeah.
back kind of vibe. Yeah, no, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
As you guys approach this, Jim, You
I would get
can
down.
tell enough because this is what you once knew as Hook, but now looks much different. You can tell, like, really gross. His mustache kind of is gone even. It's more just stubble. Everything about him looks kicked upon, broken, and beaten.
What did I get on my insight?
On your insight, on an 18, Jasmine, seeing him, this is an alive person.
Mm-hmm.
This is someone who's actually existing, and unless you were to somehow get knowledge about how mortal souls work when death happens in a underworldly plane, it's hard to just like know what can happen to kill him here.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like Gothel's ghost when you stabbed it
She
was
wasn't
already
alive, and that's why it was weird. Like, theoretically, the dude's still in a body, so if we killed him, his soul should go to the underworld.
possibly.
Like, that's more
Okay.
what I'm guessing.
So, first of all, August, the thing I rolled for, sneakily.
Yes. Jim, you found what seems to be a rapier
Woohoo!
that has like red and gold wrapping around it. And for your purposes, we'll give you a +1 to attack and damage.
I like that. Cool. Okay, and then, so what I'm going to do, because, I don't know, I would feel not great just killing him, especially in that state.
If he's gonna
Here,
eat
sorry,
it,
I'm
I'll
trying.
do it.
What you even
Sorry.
notice is, no, you're fine. As you guys look at Hook on the ground, Thumbelina, you notice this, he's still laying face up, and like raggedy breaths are happening right now. And for the most part, though, he's still not moving. His eyes are actually closed too, as he's just lying here.
Does he know?
Okay, I'm going to walk up, and I'm going to put my rapier my new one, right at him, and just be like, Hook. Okay.
His eyes flutter open, seems to like see you and just, are you another vision? Failures of life, enemies all hunting.
Okay. Somebody heal him so that I can kill.
I'll walk
I
up.
say we leave him.
I'll walk up. I'll put my.
I'm going to give him a chance.
No, so
But to
Jim,
just-
I'm gonna walk up and I'll put my arm around your shoulder, and I'll be like, "All is fair in love and war, buddy. Go for it."
Yeah.
No.
Honestly.
And then I'll wink at Hook, just so that he knows that I'm the new owner of the ring.
Just to like, go ahead and give me like,
He's flexing in the best way.
how do you like mentally convey? I guess persuasion check, just to be like, hey, let's see what's up.
Would it be intimidation?
19.
Hook sees you. You see Jim. He's starting to like register people, and like, but even with registering, like, oh, now there's that other dude that like hunted me. All these things. Hook's still non-responsive.
Okay. I'm going to pull out the best potion I have,
No.
of healing,
Jim.
and I'm not going to just kill a wounded, unarmed man on the ground.
So just leave him here.
Mr. Incredible
This is
is
where he
conflicted.
I'm
belongs.
gonna at least I'm at least gonna let him fight me.
He might just step
The
on this guy's
boulder
throat
is
soon.
Jim, you pop a potion.
I hate this.
Okay, I
Um,
might just step on this guy's throat before he takes the potion.
Well,
I'm
it's
not
better
even
say it now, because
counting
Ox is
good.
giving him
I'm
hit
torn.
points.
I'm really torn.
What am I?
Mr.
I am
As you
chaos
watch,
neutral.
Jim, you splash the potion's face. You're not like dumb enough to get close. I'll even say, Hook does give a gasp, starts blinking, sees you all, and you see just, well, me, right?
Can I tie his hands up?
No.
I can become rope even if need
Morph, you could tie his hands together. Hook's not moving still. You see he's lying there.
Kick him, like, hard. And be like, well, get up, you big oaf.
You kick him. Hook... a gross pool of vomit comes out. You see as he kind of like struggles to his knees. Falls, gets back up on his knees, pushes himself up, and is kind of staying on his knees right now, still hands tied with you, Morph.
Yes.
What are you doing here?
I could ask the same thing of you.
Yet I'm the one with the sword.
Let me... Fair point. Are you here for the looting and whatever you want to do, you pirate captain?
What are you doing here?
My business is my own, I would hope.
Oh my gosh, I hate
What?
My business is my own, but if you want to be a pirate, parlay. You and me only. I'm bound. I would like to just talk to you if you want to talk to me.
Wait, he doesn't know that I'm...
Oh, he knows you're the rope. He's not dumb.
Well, he was pretty out of it.
Okay, it's easy enough.
Can I
He's
roll
invoking
a stealth
parlay.
check for that?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, you can roll a stealth check.
I'm really bad at it, but I want to try it anyway. Dang it. Dang it. It's a 13. Wait, I have a D12 inspiration.
You do still have the D12 inspiration. Go for it.
13 plus 11. That's 24.
Okay, I'll give him a brief. Sure, he doesn't know.
Yes. Okay, I get to be present.
That's breaking pirate law and code, as Morph would know, but sure.
Yeah, but I was never really great at following rules.
That's the
Morph
worst
is the
excuse I've ever heard.
guy in
But
life.
alright.
It's true.
It's more suggestions. Anyways.
There, thank you.
Jim, though, you see Hook again. The dude is still labored breathing. You did basically save him from point of death, but he's not going anywhere soon. He's not even off his knees. And is more just kind of gesturing to see if people could walk away, because he's just wanting to invoke a parlay of speak with the captain.
Hey, I'll speak with him.
Jasmine's gonna turn to Jim before she leaves and say, "You get half an hour, and then we're leaving you." And then.
Oh, I'm gonna look him right in the eyes and go, he has 10 minutes.
Good.
Yes. Jasmine, you and Roger would walk off with you. Morph, you're still there. Mr. Incredible?
I'll go right outside of, like, hearing distance, but, like, close enough that I can watch.
Yes, I will say that's anyone who's like leaving. You can still see them. That's just dumb to like. Oh, I'll just turn around and see what happens. Yeah, no. So you can all definitely like see what's going on.
Okay.
Cool. Thumbelina, what would you want to do?
I'll hang out with Mr. Incredible.
Okay. Just putting you guys places. And I'll say, for all intents and purposes, Kronk would probably want to. He's like, all right,
yeah.
boss, I'll step aside. Cool. The three of you remain. Hook is on the ground.
What?
I came for treasure, as I assume you must have.
And you're parlaying with me. You have 10 minutes. And then I am going to let you have a sword, and then I'm going to kill you.
I'm also going to message only to Jim that's kind of a weird place to go just for treasure. And we've been to a lot of crazy places.
So give me a reason not to, and you might live.
You see Hook looks at you, Jim, with a very lost, broken eyes. It's actually, I'm saying this specifically because Jim, you've fought Hook. You've gone to sword before. This is not the fierce, dangerous determination, right? Those glinting red eyes. This is now these simple, almost brownish hazel, just but like lost, absolute brokenness. As you see, Hook sits up. As you say, give me a reason. He says, I don't have a good one. This is my last chance at what I want. And I'm already half bloody dead. So, if you are going to kill me, let's not waste 10 minutes. But
What are you looking for? If this is the last chance at what you want, what is it?
You went for the diamond. Yeah? It's gone now. That diamond that could give... It showed you what you needed. I need a wish. Tell me, boy, have you ever heard of Neverland?
Yes.
Do you know what's hidden there? Do you know what power resides in that island?
So why do you need a wish?
Personal. Something I don't tell anyone.
Well,
But I'll tell you this. As a pirate, I spent years, decades, millennia. I don't even remember how long trying to get into that fairy sanctuary. Nothing. Pan drove me out. The Azimar drove me out. I can't get in. I tried ways. I made deals. You killed all my old deal partners. Last one I had to deal with is nothing but a big old craterous dust in the middle of Coronan Field. I'm getting a wish. I'll find my way to the deepest pits of Asmodeus's shithole. And I need a wish. I'll die. But I have nothing.
Can I message to Jim that from what Lily told us, Hook has killed a lot of Asmarians and even some Lost Boys from what I remember. He is not a good person, has never been a good person. He has escaped death 3 times now. He has been given chances to be a good person. It's not worth saving him.
Okay. Last chance. What is the wish for?
Give me a persuasion check. I will say you can get advantage from Morph with that.
Yay!
Just in that, because you've been communicating, we'll say that.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, no.
With advantage, it's still really bad?
Well, the first one was a 1.
Oh, what was the second one?
The second one is an 11.
Yikes.
That ain't doing it.
Unless August
Hey.
rolled a
Can
1.
I see this, August?
No?
Dang it.
Jim, you watch as a lot of energy seems to just seep out of Hook's shoulders. What already were slumped and broken, he is now just a puppet with one string left, to use the analogy. As you see sitting there broken on the ground, just, I need a wish. I'm not from Desanya. This was never my home. I want to go home.
Oh no,
Do you know what I've been put through, lad? Do you know what the fairies do? As a reason, I didn't want to go here first. You think it's my idea of a pleasurable venture to crawl through hell? I thought I could reason with the fairies. Bargain, but they... No. You think they're good? They're selfish. Cruel. They hurt people. They don't love except their own. Ask your fairy friend. I tried to get anything. I don't even remember how long. I don't. I just want to go home.
I will take out my old sword,
Hmm.
toss it at his feet, and, well, I'll just say morph, leave.
I'm just gonna teleport away.
You can morph teleports away.
And I go, get up.
Only 30 feet. Keep that in mind.
I just put you with the rest of the group.
Okay.
Hook.
I have a question.
Yeah, sorry, real quick.
Never mind.
Okay. You watch. Hook doesn't go for the sword immediately, even.
Pick it up.
You see he bends over, braces against, and stump of the arm in one, gets the other, sits up enough. He's holding the sword, is still kneeling.
If he really wanted to go home this whole time, he could have simply asked someone to banish him.
I was about to wonder, it's total metagaming, but is there a reason banishment wouldn't have worked? Like, different worlds versus different planes, or like whatever?
That's
'Cause it's
always a
metagaming.
possibility. That it's a bit metagame. You're not sure.
But knowing what Lily could do, like Morph is thinking, he simply could have asked someone to banish him, and at this point,
It's
Morph
actually a
is
surprise
so
that Lee never
done.
tried to banish
Wait,
I will say
Hook.
this,
That was always
Morph,
what
you
should
know
do.
that's not how banishment works.
Hmm.
Banishment just puts you to planes you could be from. He hasn't said anything about being from other planes or anything. You're not sure.
Not from Desanya, though. Isn't this whole place Desanya?
You're not sure. There is something. From what I rolled, he told you some stuff, but not all, and that's obvious
fair.
in your
Yeah.
in anyone's mind. What I will say is this, Jim. I'm gonna make one more roll. You see that Hook looks up and just looks you in the eye and just ask the fairy. Ask the fairy what they do. And if you hate me, just kill me. I'll die anyway down here. Just ask.
Gosh, darn it. I'll message Thumbelina.
Oh, you have a message?
I'll tell her to get over here.
Thumbelina, do you want to go over?
I mean, do I want to? No. Do I? Yes.
Yeah. Do I want to? You can float over, well out of reach. And again, Hook's like he's picked the sword up, but like the tip of the blade isn't even left the ground. It's that like he's done bare minimum task of just I'm holding it.
I'll just turn to Thumbelina and I'll go, name this man's crimes.
August, what are his crimes?
I'm gonna say this, Thumbelina. It's whatever you think. I'm going to say this though, just because I think, of course, I love adding drama to the situation. Thumbelina, can you roll me in terms of remembering histories? Go ahead and roll me a history check, as we always do with learning more, like in that remembrance of old life.
Keep in mind, you can give yourself bardic inspiration if you need to.
It's a 19.
You actually can't. Bards can't bardic themselves.
Oh, they can't?
Yeah, it's a weird. I was looking that up the other day.
Because that's why some like College of Swords have the specific. You can use this die for a weapons attack or something, but like
Thumbelina on a 19. You are remembering a lot, right? Not just your previous. Obviously, it starts with in fighting Hook on the ship with his pirates, everything. When in going through, Lily's told you stories how this dude's attacked Neverland for years and years, and in thinking back, you are remembering some of the years. And Thumbelina, specifically because of the nature of the planes you're in, this is something you haven't thought about in a while because you never really would. You know, and especially after starting to be here, that Tartarus is weird. In a literal sense, that minds can be corrupted here. You guys have even started to feel the effects. Thankfully, you passed in this first day of like keeping your mind safe. It's something you don't think about often, but you do remember how the fairies have stuff like that. I mean, Pixie Hollow, it'd be insane just to keep all of Faedom behind a bush.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than just that. Obviously, there's Pan, who was gifted by your mother this basically font of immortality, right? For this purpose of protection. But you're also remembering there are complex spells and everything. In terms of these spells, you're not even sure what is all put into it, but it doesn't seem, in a way, that much different than what Tartarus seems to have. It's a place that naturally tries to ward away because, and what you know, Thumbelina, there's a insanely good prize at the end. So, or to put in that vernacular, or rather, it's because there's a lot to keep safe. But what I'm going to tell you specifically, Thumbelina, you're not sure about your own people.
Mm-hmm.
Having literally taken the fall, everything going on, it's almost you don't know how to be a vouch or a spokesperson right now because you're in a situation you're not even welcome there right now. It's a weird, like, how do you offer counsel in a moment where you yourself are in this predicament?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I'll give you before you and Jim want to have any other words.
Okay.
But he doesn't remember any of his crimes, really.
I mean, I can guess on, like, me as a player can guess on his crimes. Thumbelina would have heard enough from Lily. And I'm assuming he's been around for a really long time. I can assume that he's been trying to get into Pixie Hollow for almost as long, like when my mom was queen and then my sister. Or whoever took over for my mom, it wasn't my sister. So I'll just turn to Jim and be like, my own people banished me for something they thought I did. To say that they would respect him and keep him alive is ludicrous. Do what you want, but my recommendation from someone who has been cast out of Pixie Hollow would be that he does not deserve to live on any plane. And then I'm going to fly away.
I'll just take the sword. I'll point it at him, and I'll tell him, stand.
Hook struggles 1 foot up, another foot up, slowly pushing, using the sword he's pushing it into the ground, using it as a cane, and stands.
Fight.
Morph, can you turn into some popcorn for me?
You want to eat? No, no. I'll turn into.
Jim, you see Hook looks at you. You see he looks around out at the field, looks back at you, and just lets his sword fall, and just, I have no other options. And you see he takes a half a step and tries to start walking away.
I'm gonna kill him if Jim doesn't.
As he walks away, I will kick him to the ground.
Okay.
I'm going to knock him out.
Okay.
But I'm going to do it in a way where the others looking will think he's
I'm
dead.
gonna make sure he's dead. I
No.
promise.
No,
I-
that is
this
a
is-
great character choice. That's such a good
that's
choice.
a character choice. I have to allow this. It's easy. There's no check really for you in an attack, Jim. Like, it's so easy to knock him out right now. On any of your attacks.
Okay, Morph's gonna be so tickled.
All of you can see he dies. Or Jim slashes down. Hook crumples.
If
And
this guy comes back, Mr. Incredible's going to be
Jim,
Yeah,
you...
Jim, you're gonna be in
So
huge
I will-
trouble when he comes back.
Well, so I'm going to take the rapier
Yeah.
and basically stab it to the point where it looks like it's stabbing through him, but it's just like through his
It's
clothes.
just on the other side of him. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
And-
great character choice. That's so fun.
I'm going to leave him unconscious at 0 hit points
But he's got
in
his
Tartarus.
Cool.
Oh, if he comes
I like
back,
it.
dude.
Jim, rapier just barely wobbling as you walk away. And to the rest of you, sword in Hook's back. Jim, you walk back to meet your
We're gonna have
friends.
to kill him again.
really game to kill him.
I know. We're gonna have to kill him again.
You see, Jim, Raja looks at you,
Are annoying.
and it's interesting to have a demon look at you so closely. You get the feeling, Jim. I will say, for all the rest of you, Jim, you're looking at all your friends, and everyone's like, all right, he did it. But when you look into Raja's eyes, you see a glint of understanding as this tiger merely bows its head and, well, who's ready to go storm the bloody Queen's fortress?
Excuse
I
me.
just hop back into the Palatine and say, "Come on, let's go."
Got it, sir.
As you guys,
Go back to the storming the fortress part.
Jasmine,
Yeah,
Doug,
I
as you
thought-
all walk back,
He's not like a sneaky little.
trying to the path falling, as Rapier bounces back and forth in the wind.
Oh, I'm
So freaking cool.
That is where we're going to end tonight's session. Thank you all so very much. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We will see you all next time. except of course 2 of our players, which we'll explain what happens.
Yeah.
Congrats again, guys. Thank you all so much. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.